It's New Comic Book Day again. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the place where we strive to make every hump day your favorite day of the week. Welcome to the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. The place where we think all the deep thoughts about all the shallow things. We started at 8:05 now, I think, is the new time.
So much for 7:30.
So much for that. Ty signaling, I think, over here. If this is your first time joining us, we are a comic book club where each week we dive into a fresh #1 comic book that anyone can enjoy, no nerdy background required. We prefer to feature comics outside of the two most prominent publishers in the industry, Marvel and DC, because there's already so many talented and knowledgeable creators that can help you with that. We're more about spotlighting indie and creator-owned comic books. That is my my son calling me right now. Wow, all the things are just happening. We are the anti-comic book gatekeeping podcast. Hopefully we encourage you to confidently walk into your local comic book shop and find what speaks to you. Compelling stories and appreciate modern art. Oh my gosh, hold on. Sorry, everybody. This is terrible. What else is ringing? I feel like all the things are ringing right now.
Would you like me to call you as well? I think I can do that.
Yeah, I know. That's my kid calling me, talk to me about Pokemon.
Hey, Theory, call Pablo.
Yeah, we're the anti-comic book gatekeeping podcast. As I mentioned, we would encourage you. Per usual, my nerdy round table joining me to my left here, wise man of the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, legal counsel, spiritual advisor, yoga master, Tommy Jeff.
You give me too much credit.
Yeah,
I don't deserve half of that.
Are you a yoga master? I don't know.
I do yoga quite often.
Do you?
Actually,
You do?
I do. Yeah, I do also.
Got him.
The always hilarious, overworked, and underpaid. The person who learned probably nothing this week, she said. Oh, no, you did. You did learn something. The good Diddy. Olivia, Liv, Diddy, Julian King.
Wow.
Whose camera's going out?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fine. We'll finagle.
It's fine.
The right hand here at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, the man behind the camera, running the
The
decks.
camera's out.
Oh, Mr. Ty died. Mr. Ty has no camera.
You don't need to see what I look like.
You guys,
No, you look really good tonight, Ty.
thank
We
you.
all
yeah, you
said.
look really cool. That's what I was
Thanks.
thinking too. We need to make sure I'm going to fix your camera.
Camera couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I know the camera couldn't handle it. Welcome, everybody. This is the part of the show where before we get to all the actually, no, I'm sorry. I jumped back. I jumped ahead. I'm all discombobulated today. We are going to be reading Jason Aaron's Bug Wars from Image Comics. Let me read you folks a little synopsis here. Slade Slaymaker, which is the coolest fucking name ever and is very Jason Aaron, is a kid from Alabama suddenly lost in a vicious world beyond his imagining. A world of marauding ant armies, spellcasting spider witches, and beetle-riding barbarians. A kingdom of tiny but deadly warriors hidden in his own backyard. The same world that saw his father eaten alive by insects now plunge young Slade into the middle of a brutal bug war to decide the fate of his family. From Jason Aaron. I love, by the way, that Image Comics is like Jason Aaron from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Jason Aaron from Scalped,
Mhm.
Southern Bastards, Thor. He did do an Absolute Superman. Fantastic. One of my favorite writers. Scalped and Southern Bastards are two of my favorite comic books ever written. Artist Mahmud. That's not okay. Mahmud Asrar of Conan the Barbarian. Sorry if I butchered that. X-Men, Batman, and Robin. Come with this oversized debut of Bug Wars Book 1, the first adventure in a sprawling new dark epic fantasy. At the end of the book, I think Jason Aaron describes it as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids meets Game of Thrones, and that couldn't be a better description, I think. We're going to be reading and discussing that live at the end of the stream. Please, join us for that one as we go through it. But until then, we have all sorts of other bullshit that's not related to that comic, but is related to the world of nerdom. But before we dive into that, what did we learn this week, folks? This is where we try to bring you guys something, I don't know, so you you learn from our mistakes or whatever it may be. Diddy, let's start with you. What did you learn this week?
Well, nothing. No, but I don't really know how to put into words what I learned, but I'm thinking if what I learned is that if you're a famous person and you are given a platform like a national global platform like the Super Bowl, that you should always use it for the power of good, and you should protest the hell out of race inequality and wealth gaps and wealth inequality. So and always be a hater.
You're good.
I think you're right.
I love that you guys put me on the spot to fix all the cameras.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Just fuck.
No,
Well, it's funny because I'm like, we got to fix your camera. Why didn't you go to
no,
Tommy Jeff always learns more than me.
no, but we're gonna talk about this in news and stuff. But you're right. I do. There's been a lot of people with platforms, I feel like, as of late, that have been stepping up,
Mhm.
which is,
But if you got the Super Bowl, just like you said, the television, the revolution will be televised. You put the right time and the wrong guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I was
Oh.
like, he's doing it.
we'll dive into that. Hold on, you're jumping the gun on that.
That's
one,
what I learned.
But I'm glad you learned that. That's good. Learning things is good. Tommy Jeff, what did you learn this week?
I learned that kittens have really sharp claws
Oh.
and that they will
Oh,
thread your nose
right.
and they will
before.
slice your nose right open.
Yeah, I don't.
It looks like
know
you have
what
a
to do
nose
about that.
piercing now.
Critical
Yeah,
entertainment
where
in the
is
chat.
It's supposed to be. I think it's like
Oh, it's right
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, right before we went on the air, Tommy Jeff was playing with my new kitten, Beignet, aka Benny.
Oh, the cat's name's Beignet.
Yeah, his name's
Oh, that's
Beignet.
adorable.
But
You didn't know
he was
I didn't know its name.
he was playing with Beignet and Beignet. Yeah, kittens just have very sharp little teeth and claws, and yeah, my hands are. This is the only toxic relationship I'll be dealing with is the one with my new kitten.
Yeah, I got a lot of new scratches on my hand too.
Yeah.
My cats play fairly aggressive with me as well, but like they get trimmed claws now.
Yeah. You're a rough kitty player.
Yeah, I'm not gentle with the cats.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Mm.
They need that. Shit, my Pokemon cards fell.
You're a mess.
I know I am a mess. But yeah, now Tommy Jeff has that really cool little
Better?
spot
This is
right on his nose. You know what's
Okay.
funny is same thing happened to me, like right in my stomach, like right next to my belly button, just like right on the fatty part of my belly, and it just like he like stuck his little claw in there, and it just
Like pulled it.
yeah, and I was
Mhm.
like yeah, it was pretty intense.
He has not yet scratched me like that. But
Well-
and even I try to feed him to an ATM machine.
Is it? I don't know.
I mean,
Just
to be fair, I put my face too close.
Mm.
Like it's not like he lunged at me. Like I had him held down with my arm. He was attacking my arm.
Yeah.
I like blew air at his face and like was just close enough for the claw to slide right across the tip.
yeah. Don't you just hate
Tommy
that?
Jeff.
Anytime that claw slides right across the tip. Yeah, man. You had to learn that. That was a hard lesson to learn. Be careful
Yeah.
with those kitties out there. Ty, learn anything good this week?
Yeah.
Look, look, they got a camera again. Look how sweet Ty looks, by the way. Dope shot right in front of the VHS wall.
Why
But what's behind you?
what are you watching?
We are watching the Street Fighter film.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, because of the passing of Peter Navy Tuiasosopo. I don't know. Once more, we butcher names here. That's part of our charm. Yeah, he basically had an acting career where he was featured on like Magnum PI, Mayan's New Girl. But most famously for me is Street Fighter. So
Yeah.
he plays E-Honda in this movie. Hence, it is playing behind you for the duration of the film, as long as we're streaming.
Yes.
But we
Uh,
can't play it for too long
No.
for
What,
legal reasons.
what did I learn? I learned the rib witch went away for a reason.
What? You mean the McRib or the?
No, from The Simpsons, the rib witch.
Is
I went to Universal this weekend.
Oh yeah. How was that?
It was good. I mean, I've only gone to Universal Studios for horror night, so this is like my first time going to the park in broad daylight. With,
Did
like,
you get the donut?
No, I got my butterbeer. That's like
you
the one
went.
thing I
You went during
Yeah.
the Super Bowl too.
I
And
did.
clarified.
Was
that.
it dead?
I skipped the Super Bowl.
I did skip the Super Bowl. I know, like going to the Super. If my team's not there, like I'll usually go to like Disneyland and Super Bowl because it's tends to be less crowded. It was pretty busy, but we walked on like Jurassic World, Mummy. We walked. My first time at Mario Land, I got to do that.
Nice. Springfield's still there.
Springfield is still there. I didn't do the ride, but
For now,
I did eat there. My brother and I love that Rib Witch episode, so we decided to get it. And I'm thinking it's like a rib patty, like the McRib.
yeah.
It was just pulled pork. I was like, I just paid $18 for a pulled pork sandwich. And, like,
Oh, nice $18 pulled pork sandwich.
Was it good? Like, how would you rate that?
I give it like, I mean, personally, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10, maybe a 5. Like,
Damn.
it was just, I've had better pulled pork sandwiches.
Get your shit together,
Mm.
Universal
Yeah,
Studios.
sorry. I mean, the
Well,
Butterbeer
yeah.
was great.
Yeah, I think every time I go to eat, I usually go to Hogsmeade to
Oh,
eat.
they're
It's like
good.
the most
Where's that?
edible food.
At Universal Studios?
in
Yeah.
Universal. It's in
Isn't that
Harry
in Harry
Potter
Potter?
Land.
Yeah,
Hogs-
isn't that?
Hogsmeade.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I'm
the
not-
Hogsmeade.
yeah.
See, I'm
The
not that
3
into it.
broomsticks, probably, right?
Maybe it is the 3 broomsticks. Yeah, it's something in Harry Potter Land.
Okay.
It's got the best food, in my opinion, in that entire park.
It
It's
is
not
good.
saying much.
Krusty Burger's not bad.
I always go to Krusty Burger and
Yeah.
get the Mother Earth
Oh,
burger.
yeah. That's where the Rib Witch was.
Yeah.
was the
Mhm.
Krusty Burger.
yeah, but you just got the wrong thing. You should have just stuck with the Krusty Burger.
Yeah, I probably should have.
Should've stuck
Yeah,
with
the
tried and
classic
true.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Well, look, man, the Rib Witch is only there for a limited time.
Yeah. It's
Wait, so why did they get rid of it?
In the show or in real life?
It's,
Because
yes,
in real
it's
life,
just a
it's there.
parody of the McRib.
No, in the show, because you said you learned why.
It's just like a McRib.
Oh no,
It's
I
not.
was just making fun of it. But in the show, they get rid of it. They're like, "Oh, the animal we made it became extinct." They're like, "The
Mhm.
cow." They're like, "You're way off." Lots of legs, and that's pretty timely with the book that we're reading.
Bug Wars.
Bug Wars,
Way off.
Oh,
good
man.
episode.
Do you think so that Simpsons Land, you gotta enjoy it while you can,
Yeah.
because possibly gonna go away. However, I think Disneyland is already teetering with their own Simpsons Land.
Yeah, because when I was walking across the park, Universal is teasing the Epic universe, so they
Mm.
already have the Fast and Furious coaster being built. You can see it, and then they're having an
You're gonna go to
area.
space with that one.
Yeah, exactly. They said it's supposed to be the fastest roller coaster at the park. They are, which I'm stoked for. They're doing a How to Train Your Dragon's Land. They're
Cool.
doing like the Monster Universe, and when we went there, they were handing.
I'm going to Florida
Oh,
in May to the Universal Dark Universe.
sick!
Sick.
You'll have
Video to
report
come.
back.
Yeah.
Videotape all of
Wait,
it.
what?
What did you say?
You'll have to report back.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you said something else. Never mind.
No, I did not say anything else.
Yes, I will report back.
It was very
It's like, what?
menacing. How
Yeah,
you said
I
it.
know. Damn. You'll have to report back.
Yeah.
That
Um,
was a threat.
That was a
maybe-
threat.
And also maybe we'll get a Pokemon
Yes, I did hear it.
land in
Yeah,
Tommy
we did
Jeff
talk
talked
about that.
I am all for Nintendo taking over Universal.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
hands
100%.
down. I think it would improve that park a million times over.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
Springfield is awesome. I don't like the ride because it makes me sick, but the land is cool. And
Well-
if they take it to Disneyland, what are they going to have a Moe's there?
I said
There's going to be no Moe's. There's no alcohol.
I said this
you know-
last time. I can't imagine Simpsons integration into Disney. It does
Yeah.
not fit.
You know where it would fit perfectly, actually?
Not there.
California
In
Adventure.
California Adventure,
Yeah.
right where the Monsters Inc. ride is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would
Like
fit
a
there.
Simpsons
Because what do
dark
they do
ride.
with that space? They just have like, DJs come in and they do the mad.
And they have a movie
Pattern.
theater. And yeah, it's for a minute there, they had like a little stage where they promoted Spider-Man before the Spider-Man
It's
ride.
kind of like a empty space.
It's
that
a
they could
dead
use.
zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be perfect to have a little Springfield set up there,
Yeah.
I think.
It already looks like a little town over there too.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
And that Monsters Inc. ride, as much as
I've
Yeah.
never been on it.
it's a dark ride, it's like a traditional dark ride. Like there's,
Yeah, I like those.
It's cute.
But yeah, do we need it?
I would prefer Simpsons dark ride.
Yeah.
Then how do you incorporate Monsters Inc? You can't get rid of Sully and Mike.
No, they still walk
can.
around the park and shit. I mean, yeah,
Yeah. For The Simpsons, you can. I think.
yeah. Which
Yep.
one's bigger now? Which a bigger IP? More relevant these days? Not Monsters Inc.
Is Simpsons really relevant still?
It will
I mean, Simpsons is still
always-
making new
Dude.
content. Simpsons has done everything that can be possible except for America's coup, but still.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Simpsons are still relevant.
Oh,
It's a, oh, you're just
Sorry.
slipping in some messaging here.
hey,
Lo
we
siento.
said if you have a platform,
Yeah.
Use it
Right.
like Kendrick Lamar did.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe
you're
sponsor
just like
us.
Kendrick Lamar.
I am
Yo, I am obsessed with that halftime show.
critical
Yeah, we'll talk about
entertainment.
I know we're gonna talk about it.
Missing. Yeah, we are going to talk about it. Missing the Back to the Future ride, and I agree with him 1,000%. I
Yeah.
loved
Yeah.
when that area was the Back to the Future ride, and behind Ty somewhere there's an old Universal ride, the movies VHS, where they do like all the previews that would just be like the hype video that would basically play in the hotel room. If you were somewhere,
How do you get that?
I don't eBay.
I don't know. eBay, yeah.
eBay. That's my answer. But no, it's cool. I love 90s Universal Studios.
Mhm.
Nice.
When I went to it not too long ago, I think like a year and a half ago, I was like, oh, that used to be there and that used to be there. And it's such a different park than it was in the 90s. But Universal Studios in the 90s was pure fucking magic.
Yeah.
They had a Ghostbusters ride. They had a Beetlejuice Universal Monsters stage show that like all the monsters would transform to like rock and roll gear.
Yeah.
And do like a shitload of performances like Frankenstein.
You know what
Wolfman,
they still
Dracula.
have, which they better never get rid of? Waterworld.
Yeah, the Waterworld was part of that. I love
I
Waterworld.
love Waterworld. I will always go.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
the
the one
best.
area of Universal I never went.
That's the best.
They
I
had,
had an annual pass and I never went there. to
You
Waterworld.
go get,
Waterworld's
hey,
amazing.
if you're having a bad day, you just go get a beer and then you go watch Waterworld.
well,
Instantly a better day.
it is. I mean, it depends where you're sitting.
Any seat.
But then
He
they
doesn't want to get wet.
I didn't. Well,
fine.
it depends on the day. They also had Terminator. You guys remember Terminator 2
hmm
Mhm.
in 3D?
They also had the Twister, which I think they took out.
Twister.
Twister was cool.
They had like an I Love Lucy setup. They had like all the like the Psycho House and like the monster makeup show. All
Oh,
those,
I love that show. That's not there anymore.
I mean, yeah, they're all kind of relics. And then I mean, I grew up going to Florida,
yeah.
and they had the Jaws ride, and then they had just
ET.
ET, which in Florida it's still there.
It's still there. I know. I went on it. We went with cousin Emily. We spent like a week there. I felt like I lived at Universal Studios because we were there every single day, like from the second open to the second it closed.
I love Universal.
No, it was
Studios.
so much fun.
And especially in Florida, like
The Florida one.
the Islands of Adventure is amazing. Last time we went to Disney World too, but we stayed in a Universal hotel, and it was
That's what we did.
great.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
Except the Poseidon ride. What are we doing? I hated that ride
you
so
had it
much.
closed down. It's done.
Good.
I loved it.
It belongs in
You
hell.
didn't like walking through the tunnel.
I hate
What are you
it.
guys talking about?
There's a
Poseidon.
Poseidon like adventure
Yeah.
ride at Universal Studios.
It was mostly
Islands of Adventure.
walking and acting, which is fine.
It's projection on water basically, and it's like Poseidon fighting. I don't know, Satan. I don't know who the fuck he's fighting. Hades.
I don't know.
He's fighting somebody, man.
Hades, probably.
Sure.
Global warming.
But it's gone. But that's and I don't know if you guys know what we're talking about, but like it's like a mountain with like a bunch of ruins and there's like giant statues. That's a really beautiful like thing to like walk in front of. I was like, oh, this is some good set design.
It looks cool outside, and then you go inside, and it's hell.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's
You're
gone.
packed in there with a bunch of people. You could smell their breath, and like it's all
Ugh.
damp in there and hot. They just didn't keep it up very well.
Yeah, probably not. That's Islands of Adventure though.
CJ and I are looking
we're
at it,
digressing.
I don't know.
What I learned
People's breath.
Yeah, what it
Yeah, what did you learn?
I learned, and this may be a relevant topic to a lot of people, that you can do a bad job and still get promotions. Maybe we've all kind of been there at work. What I am talking about is the ref. I kept looking at him. I'm like, and if you guys know me, I am a diehard New Orleans Saints fan since I was 6 years old.
Mhm.
And I was looking at the head ref at the Super Bowl. I'm like, I've seen this motherfucker somewhere before. Where have I seen this motherfucker? And he is the ref who has the most infamously bad call in NFL, or missed call in NFL history. Yeah, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. There was a year where the Saints played the Rams.
Think about the
For-
podcast you're on right now.
I don't care. Listen, for the NFC championships, this was Drew Brees was still playing for the Saints,
Oh damn.
and there was a very apparent blatant pass interference call that the ref was standing 3 feet away from. That was no call and ended the game, and would have potentially won the game. That would have taken Drew Brees against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl that
Oh
year.
yeah, I remember. I do remember that.
And the fucking Rams went to the Super Bowl and they didn't even get into the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they didn't even get into the end zone. You know why? Because they didn't deserve to be there. And the guy who was standing 3 feet away was the head official at this year's Super Bowl, and I think he's been the head official a few times. And I kept telling Derek, I'm like, Derek, is that the guy?
Yeah.
And then I was like, eventually I was like, had to look it up. I'm like, that's
That
the
is the
fucking guy.
Yeah.
That is the guy that every Saints fan, that's the reason the Saints boycotted the Super Bowl. That
hmm
We're going to talk about the Super Bowl. I know this is nerd, but if
Bro.
football is nerdy,
Football's got a cult following.
Yeah.
And football is rigged.
football is what is more
Or-
nerdy than going to an event and cosplaying as your favorite football player?
I guess so.
Everybody does that.
Yeah.
You
I
wear-
think you will offend people if you say
No,
that to
that's
them,
what
though.
it is.
No, yeah, like they're going to, but they
Yeah.
cosplay, and I think they're like, no, I'm representing.
Yeah, well, whatever. So are cosplayers.
Yeah. But I think paying to go to the Super Bowl is different than going to like just any game. It's like $8,000 for the cheapest
Yeah, so
ticket.
you're a big football nerd in order
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, I guess.
You're dedicated. That's
Very
your
wealthy.
fandom, right? What is
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
right? Fucking nerds, football nerds.
Nerds.
Fucking nerd.
Cool. With that being said,
Hot
let's-
takes.
hot takes. Let's move on to news and stuff. We're not journalists, but we keep our ears to the nerdy streets. Sometimes we read articles, sometimes we read headlines, most of the times, just the headlines. This is news and stuff. No applause. It's okay.
Woo!
All right, well, let's get into it. You guys wanted to talk about it. The Super Bowl happened this week for all you football nerds out there. You like my meme, by the way? It's like the Drake and then the Chiefs getting embarrassed at the Super Bowl.
I love it.
The Kansas City Chiefs forgot how to play football. Like, it's like they just blanked. Like,
Yeah.
They just like just nothing. They had nothing. They just shut down. Lost to the
They had to be humbled. The
Philadelphia.
Chiefs had to be humbled.
I don't
yeah,
like
they had to be
down.
taken down a peg.
Yeah,
it. Just
they really did.
I don't. It was.
And the
they were very
memes
humble.
have been immaculate.
Oh,
I
beautiful.
haven't seen like any of the memes.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
But on top of the football game, what everybody is talking about, Saints are trash. Who is this person in the chat right now? Sorry.
Identify yourself.
How dare you? Aside from the Super Bowl game, one thing that was a big part of the Super Bowl that I think everybody was talking about is the Kendrick Lamar halftime performance. Kendrick Lamar managed to piss off a shitload of older white folks.
Shocking.
That
Yeah,
was so sick.
a lot.
I
There
loved
was
it.
a lot of angry conservative white people who were like, even like not, I don't even know if they're conservative, but they were just like, what is this? And I think somebody even said, it's like, well, this isn't as mainstream. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is probably one of the most mainstream performers on the planet right
Yeah,
now.
You just heard that crowd.
yeah. You just-
Everyone was like, the crowd wasn't into it. I'm like, you can hear them.
You can hear them.
They're loud.
Mhm.
they were loud. And yeah, they all A minor, like
Everybody in the
and
crowd.
it echoed
Yeah.
into the universe, into a satellite that then apparently probably went into like Drake's bedroom or something. But yeah, they just changed what it is. right? Right. You used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. And Kendrick Lamar is it.
Mm.
Yes.
Uh,
100%.
Amazing performance.
Amazing. Samuel L.
Phenomenal.
Jackson
Uncle
Oh,
Sam.
playing like the
Sam.
bad guy throughout it too. It was so, it was very beautifully done. The artistry.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing stuff. And then I loved the obviously little PlayStation controller homage.
Right. Game
Mhm.
over.
Game over.
Game over. I was reading what the symbols, I guess, mean on your PlayStation controller too, of like the triangle is like an interaction,
Mhm.
circle and X are supposed to be like a yes, no.
Right.
And then what's the other thing on there? Square.
Square.
Is I don't remember what it was. But it was pretty interesting that they made it all into this beautiful kind of compilation of artistry and then like amazing performance art. Sam Jackson was amazing. The fact that he like teased the biggest diss track of 2024
Mhm.
like twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
randomly.
going to sue it. I'm not going to
You
sing
can't
it.
do
He's
it.
like, because you know they like to sue. I was like, look at that little hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, it was good.
It was also, I feel like, the most relevant, not to knock anybody else that's performed, but aside from maybe Lady Gaga, it was probably one of the most relevant performers in a long time. Usually the
Mhm.
Super Bowl, like, you know, whatever, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg was.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
never really watch it. I never really watch the Super Bowl or the halftime show. So I just watched it because I love Kendrick Lamar. So I did it. I was at work and I watched it, and then I watched it when I got home.
See, I watched when I got home, and then I watched all the videos explaining the halftime
Yeah.
show
Mhm.
and like the explanation, and then rewatching it after it. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely well done.
The depth.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
really put a lot of heart and soul and thought into it. And I also love that he helped bring back the flare jeans that used
Yes.
to get all the
Oh, yeah.
water at the bottom that we would all step on. So thanks for that, Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
It's like I had those jeans. I think Brandy still has some like pants like that.
Somebody said that he didn't wear them for a style choice, but he had to let all the hate escape out of his body somehow.
That's such a beautiful metaphor to that.
Just bottling up and it had to get out somehow.
Let's say so Comic Journey says it was great, but did belong in the Super Bowl halftime show. Shouldn't the halftime show be meant as a rata thing for the game? Like a ratata?
The halftime show should be whatever the performer wants it to be at the end of the day. It is
Mhm.
their performance.
Yeah.
Right?
Preach.
It is their stage, it is their performance. The other thing too is every single, like, if you have watched those videos where at the beginning of his halftime show, he's got the stage and everyone's dressed up in the American flag to create the American flag, and not
Yeah.
a single person on that stage is white. And that
Yeah.
is to represent that America, and the White House specifically, is built on the back of Black Americans.
Period.
You should 100% be using this stage to legitimately voice your opinions and your thoughts and to stand up for what you think is right,
Mhm.
and to remind people where this country started, who built this country, and if it's going to go forward, it's going to be with the same fucking people, not the fuckheads that are in charge right now.
Oop.
So no, that show should 100% be the performer's preference on
Yeah.
what they want to talk about and what
Right.
they want to say and what they want to fight for.
Yeah.
That is why they are performers.
Yeah.
That is why they create the art that they create.
Hey, you give somebody a platform and they're going to say what they want to say. You give someone a stage, an artist a stage.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
thought that Kendrick Lamar, who is like infamously a radical activist, you think that you were going to give him a stage and he wasn't going to like tear it up.
100%. And
yeah.
where do you think rap music comes from?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that is the history of rap.
Mm-hmm.
You rap about where you come from. You rap about where you're going to. You rap about your life. You rap about your people. You represent your people.
Yeah.
And you should 100% continue doing that.
I agree. He's clearly he's an artist, right? So and your first Comic Journey is not wrong. Like that usually is, I think, the thing within the Super Bowl. But yeah, I mean, you're going to give an artist a platform. They're going to create art, and if they're a good
Mhm.
artist, they're going to create compelling art.
Mm-hmm.
And good compelling art is normally, you know, I guess like pointing out things within society, within culture, within the world, within ourselves. And I thought it was amazing. And there's so much to unpack. This is
Yeah.
like how like this is probably also one of the most talked about halftime shows, aside from when, you know, Justin
Also
Timberlake
most-
exposed Janet Jackson's titty.
Well, yeah.
But
Without consent.
Terrible.
But also the
Allegedly.
most watched.
yeah,
Mhm.
Most watched.
it was fantastic. And
And most streamed afterwards. But everybody tuned in for that show. Everybody
Mhm.
wanted to see what he'd do.
and
And he did it.
And it was a phenomenal performance.
on that night, both the Chiefs and Drake. I got this SpongeBob meme, by the way, of Drake at the Super Bowl, watching the Super Bowl show. Yeah, I mean, look, it was great.
Somebody said mustard. Sick.
Yeah, look,
They know.
it's good. And if you go to Wired, by the way, you can. They did a really cool interview with Shelley Rogers, who is the show's art director, who basically talked about like everything also that went into making that show.
Mhm.
And if you think about like such a like high budget production,
Mhm.
it is really interesting. And then also how much Kendrick actually contributed.
Yeah, the producer got banned from NFL or any like NFL affiliated games forever.
The producer for the not the art director, right? Or the art.
Not their art director, but I guess the producer. I forget his name, but he was standing on the car with the flag.
The NFL higher ups were probably like, "This is the worst thing that's happened in the NFL since Colin Kaepernick."
Yeah, they banned him. They banned him.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL definitely, I don't know, like they clearly made a bunch of questionable choices. A lot of questionable choices. Strategically, 1984 by George Orwell sits right behind us.
I do just want to point out, because Comic Journey did respond. I agree. The halftime show, there is that assumption that it should be a cheerleading style environment for the show. But at the same time, performers are going to be performers.
Yeah.
And the songs that they perform are always going to have a meaning behind it. And if you're going to allow them to perform their songs, there's always going to be a meaning and there's always going to be a message.
And it's evolved over time too, because I feel like, Beyonce did Formation and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
She was a little bit more subtle. And also, I feel like
she was a little more subtle, I guess, and a little more mainstream.
No, you know what? Kendrick is mainstream hip hop, but still, I guess, like his hip hop has not been adapted or adopted by the mainstream as much. Clearly, like I said, Kendrick Lamar pissed off a bunch of older white folks, like a lot of boomers. They were like, "What was that?" I remember, there's a whole subculture of people that are like, "How dare this guy do this?"
Yeah.
Look, I fucking thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm kudos, and you're right. I think given a platform, if you have a voice and you have something to say, use it. Yeah. Unless you're Kanye West.
100%. And take the people's X's and put them in a giant X on the field.
Okay. All right. So on a lighter note here, actual comic book related stuff. Anything else about the Super Bowl halftime show? Anybody? No? Okay. Showrunner for the new Daredevil series did an interview with Empire magazine. Showrunner Dario Scardenpain has been getting a word out about the highly anticipated Disney Plus series. In a recent interview with Empire, whose name I'm not going to butcher, the showrunner Dario discussed the viewers what they can expect in terms of violence, making the bold claim that it exceeds Netflix and Marvel's, I guess, like violence threshold. Yeah. He basically,
we getting that R rating?
I don't know. Disney Plus released Echo, right? And I think that was probably like their little test. And I mean, also like, Deadpool Wolverine is on there now, which is hyper violence.
Right. That has to be on, but that has to be on your settings. You have to be on the adult account with the passcode.
Oh,
yeah, probably same thing
with Daredevil. Yeah.
For Daredevil. And I think they were even saying, there's a moment that is just absolutely batshit way past anything Netflix ever did. He goes on to say, which is like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
We saw Daredevil do the walk of shame on She-Hulk. What's gonna get more intense than that?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's supposed to be hella violent. I mean, are you stoked or anybody?
Yes. I'm down.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this Daredevil character.
So I don't know. For me, I feel like the most violent thing, and it wasn't even that bad, like, would be on the Punisher series. Well, I guess it wasn't Daredevil. It was the Punisher jailbreak scene where Fisk lets him out and Punisher just goes using all the shanks to kill all the prisoners.
Yeah.
Like, that was hyper violent. Him shoving Billy's face in the glass or pushing the guy's eyeballs in like 28 days later.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, cool, but if Disney's saying they're going to exceed that, then I'm impressed. I'm like, what are you going to do that's worse?
You're not going to get better than John
Bernthal with Punisher.
Yeah, man.
That scene was just...
that hallway fight scene, right? Still probably one of the most talked about scenes just in any Marvel thing is just so amazing. So I don't know. I'm excited. Whether I'm sure it's going to be done. Vincent D'Onofrio, Charlie Cox, D'Onofrio alone, dude.
Oh,
it's like so. We saw him at FanX, and I really wanted to talk to him about his performance as Ed in Men in Black.
Oh yeah,
because it's probably like the most underrated comedic, physical comedic performance with a very like dark twist to it ever. And it was at the time of the WGA SAG strike. So they're like, we can't talk about any of our movies.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, okay.
Okay.
See you around
Yeah.
then.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. But D'Onofrio, like, oh man, that dude is
He is Wilson
amazing.
Fisk.
He is so good as Wilson Fisk. I mean, look, I wasn't against Michael Clark Duncan's Wilson Fisk. Hot take here. I wasn't opposed. That movie was a movie of its time, and it gave us that sweet Evanescence song. So, how can you? Anyways, yeah, we know
It
it.
is a good song.
It's a great song. Let's see. This is a big one. John Lithgow is basically finalizing talks. This is according to Deadline. The beloved actor is poised to play the beloved Harry Potter character, Albus. What's his full name? Albus something Percival Brian.
Brian Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Wulfric.
Yeah.
Albus. It's like Albus Wulfric. Damn, I forget.
Tommy, Jeff.
Brian's in it though.
I don't know.
Yeah,
about
it is.
that.
Okay. It is Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore. Good job.
we
dude.
really did
Yeah.
it. We
We
got
did, we
there.
got-
I really
got
did
there.
do that.
We just
I
kinda
knew
pieced-
3 of the names. You knew 2 of them, 3 of them.
Yeah. So
We put them together. That's a whole name.
Hey, Johnny California's in the chat.
Johnny
He-
California.
you are not late.
You're not late. You're right on
Right
time.
on time.
Yeah, this is crazy that John Lithgow is kind of finalizing negotiations here, because the big thing with the original Harry Potter was like, oh, it could only be British actors,
Yeah.
and no,
I can't see it. I can't see it.
you
But
can't, we're looking at an
No,
AI created image here. Have you not seen him with a beard?
no, but
we
just
always
his
know AI
voice.
is
Like I
accurate.
know, like that John Lithgow. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
two Harry and the Hendersons for you.
Yeah.
What third rock from
Lord-
the sun?
Lord Farquaad.
Lord Farquaad. Oh yeah, he was Lord Farquaad.
His voice is very recognizable. I mean, I guess he's gonna put on a British accent.
Yeah, he's gonna sound like a British.
He's gonna
old man.
sound like John Lithgow with a British accent.
Like
We know
Lord-
his voice.
Yeah,
He was just in that Conclave movie. Was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
And everything. And he's good in it, but at the end of the day, I'm like, that's John Lithgow.
yeah. Where's Harry, Mr. Henderson?
Like,
Yeah,
but we'll see. I mean, I don't. What is that? The HBO?
yeah. I don't like. Honestly, I don't need it.
I don't need it either because they're just gonna do Harry Potter again. They're not gonna do it like a new story or anything.
Well, there's expansion that wasn't in the film.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
yeah, there's definitely more to talk about, but I don't know.
well, but there's also, I'll tell you, even Prisoner of Azkaban. Like, if you've read the Harry Potter books,
Mhm.
like a lot of the stuff that they talk about in the books happens in the background of the film, and it's like a really
Yeah.
nice detail.
Yeah.
Where like was it like the older Weasley boy being like best boy or whatever it may be,
Yeah.
and so like there's
Head
things-
boy.
yeah, the head boy, whatever it is. I'm a head boy. Yeah. And then even like in the later ones, they kind of tap on that as well.
Yeah.
Was it Percy? Weasley?
Percy, yeah.
Percy, right? He's kind of like he's like the bitch Weasley.
Yeah, he's
You
the
know-
bitch Weasley.
I don't think I ever noticed that out of all the times I've rewatched the movies.
Well,
I don't
He's
think I
in
actually
almost
paid-
all of them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's
he's
in all of
even
them.
he's in the last 2 because he gets a job at the ministry.
Yeah, and he's like on against Dumbledore.
Yeah.
He's like against his family.
Yeah, he's like the
one
bitch Weasley.
Yeah, bitch ass Weasley.
How did I not notice all of this in the background?
Dude,
It
Was I
happens.
that
It
like
happens.
I was that hyper focused on like just like the actual like prominent
Story.
story
Yeah.
to it?
yeah. But yeah, I
A lot
mean,
of that stuff does happen, but yeah, I mean, there's still stuff that they don't go into, but still,
Yeah.
I
They-
want the Marauders. I want the Black Sisters. Give me more stories and less
Oh.
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
That's what I
don't
think.
we could get lots of
She's
J.K.
like
Rowling.
kind of there is like the audiobook series, if like you're like, hey, like if you're into listening to podcasts and stuff like that, me and Diddy were actually, yeah, Jim Dale
Yeah, Jim Dale. He
narrates
kills it.
all of the Harry Potter books.
When we were working on the house, we did that.
Yeah, we were like, it was just like a summer of me and Diddy like paying, but we listened to the entire Harry Potter audiobook, and Jim Dale is fucking fantastic.
It's
And
really
there's going to
good.
be no HBO series that is going to be better than Jim Dale
Just reading the
you
book.
The book.
Yeah.
And I just want him to be my grandpa.
Yeah.
Jim Dale.
I'm gonna have to check this out now.
He
Dude,
kind of sounds like David Attenborough.
Oh,
Okay.
he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, David Attenborough sounds like Jim Dale.
Wow.
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 I don't know.
Who
Jim
came
Dale's
first?
an older guy. Who's older?
I was gonna say who came first.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know. Look, Tommy Jeff.
I
don't know. Oh my gosh.
You're still the show fact checker around
Yeah.
here.
Hold.
I'm just kidding.
Fame's got in
David
your head.
Attenborough and
And
He-
Jim versus Jim
yeah, no,
Dale.
you gotta
In a
type that in
fight.
Google
Who
first.
can do it first?
Jim Dale was born in 1935. He's 89 years old. That's amazing.
They have different voices, but obviously,
But Jim Dale.
1926 for David Attenborough.
Holy shit.
So who is older, David Attenborough?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. They're both old.
By like a decade.
I like Jim Dale's little voices.
yeah, I do too. He
Yeah.
does a really good job.
He does the great Hermione. All of it. She's good.
I remember when
He
we
does
were
a
working
great
when
Hermione.
He does.
He does.
Look, man.
he really
He
does.
does, dude. You have to watch it.
We were working on like it was our construction job summer, and we were working. And I remember you had your headphones in, you were like doing stuff, and I was like, "What are you listening to?" And you're like, Harry Potter, and I was like, "What the hell? Put it on!" I was like, oh, "I want to be involved."
I do that at the gym.
Yeah, me too.
Like I don't
Audiobooks.
listen to like people like listen to like gym music and probably like get themselves like, oh,
Books.
I'm like, yeah, listening to like audiobooks and wrestling podcasts.
Yeah.
and stuff. And
Like
people-
you're that guy at the gym where everyone else is like watching like the news or sports, and you're watching like fucking Planet Earth.
yeah, absolutely. I don't know.
Not the
puts me-
penguin.
Gets me in the zone, or it's just like I don't know. You know, you're multitask.
Yeah.
You got to consume the
Mhm.
content that I can while I'm there, especially like when I need to zone out because I've been doing that stair stepping machine.
Hmm.
You need to just zone out for that.
Here's
I'm
the
like,
real question: can David Attenborough do Harry Potter, and can Dale do Planet Earth?
I don't know.
Call him up.
Call him
Tommy
up.
Jeff.
Hold on, I got mine.
What?
Get in touch with their
hold on,
guy.
I got you.
What
I
if
got
he
you.
gonna say-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I got him.
Yeah.
Get him on the line.
Get him on the line.
Get him on the line.
How do you feel like doing the whole entire Harry Potter series?
I think is that any more news? Anybody and anything crazy?
I just have trailer news.
Oh yeah.
So they released. IGN posted it. Carl Urban is officially casted as
Johnny
Cage.
Cage
Yeah.
in the new
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat
Kombat
2.
film. I don't like that at all.
Right,
I like
Yeah.
Carl Urban.
right, same.
I don't.
But I'm like, I don't
yeah,
see it.
I don't
Like,
see it.
I don't see it. I love Carl Urban, but really,
They should have got the Miz. Mike the Miz Miss Hannon. He's like a wrestler.
Oh yeah, the Miz.
They should have got that, or just
That's a
like I don't
YouTube
know.
thing.
The dude who originally played Johnny Cage, by the way, was awesome.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Whoever that actor
the
was.
original. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't whatever.
I was expecting like a Hollywood pretty boy type of thing.
Carl Urban's not attractive.
They didn't give me a
No,
call.
I-
Sorry.
Tommy Jeff could have done it. All right,
Tommy Jeff would have made a badass
Yeah, dude.
Johnny Cage.
that's what I'm saying.
I
I know he
would've
can throw down.
Could you imagine? I couldn't be on that. I couldn't. No.
Yeah.
This is really
What do you-
uncomfortable being on camera.
He's like, yeah, I can.
And I don't
can
have
fight
to.
him.
I don't have to know a script. I don't have to like do specific movements. I'm comfortable right now.
yeah, that is I don't know who could I mean I'm sure hundreds of people that would have been a lot better.
I just see him as Billy the Butcher.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm sure he's gonna kill it.
He's gonna do great.
I'm sure
Yeah,
he's gonna
he's
do
Billy
great.
the Butcher. He will kill it.
I mean, I don't know. Did you guys like that first Mortal Kombat movie? Was that
You know what? I didn't see it.
like pretty,
I
was
didn't see it
it
either.
consensual? Like everybody was
It was weird because it was that and Godzilla that came out like during the pandemic. So HBO was like, here it is for free since we're all stuck at home.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
And I watched it and I was just kind of like, I'm glad I didn't pay money to see this in theaters, but I'm glad I watched it because it was fun.
Yeah.
They like gave you like an origin story
Yeah,
to
it's
like
Scorpion,
and Sub-Zero, and I was like, I never needed that.
I
origin
felt like
story.
well, it's weird because they give you that origin story, and then like they kind of like brush it off, and then like they come at the very end of the movie, and it's like I feel like I was kind of ripped off here. I was expecting like a full on like redemption arc type of
Mhm.
thing, but
Yeah, no.
fine.
I'm sure there was issues with that movie. There was some weirdness, and then they had like a new character that wasn't even a Mortal Kombat character.
Can I
Look,
spoil it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the fucking movie came
Yeah.
out like 3 years ago.
It's,
That's
it's
not a
Scorpion.
spoiler.
It's like Scorpion's great fucking grandson or something.
Oh, is who that guy is? Did they say that in the movie at some point?
Oh,
Because he
man, fuck.
has like the same birthmark or something. He said something
Oh.
like that. Like, oh, you're whatever Scorpion's actual last name is. He has the same last name or something like that.
I wish that they would have just like, let's forget that one. Let's forget Annihilation and just make a sequel to the original. Like,
Mhm.
Yo, I'd be down.
yeah, I'd be down for that.
that movie was great.
But then, like the first, forget Annihilation, but exactly where it left off, where they all like pose, like the '90s action scene.
Yeah.
Exactly where it leaves off.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you guys play in Mortal Kombat?
Ooh.
Depends which Mortal Kombat you're talking about.
Okay, 10.
Oh damn, you're like,
What the hell?
I
I'm
just
a
wanna
Mortal
talk about
Kombat
it.
3 Ultimate person, but I play my go-to character is Nightwolf.
look at this.
Okay.
nerd.
Fucking love me some Nightwolf. Arcade, Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate.
Yeah.
I am, but I'm a bit spammy. But I, fuck people up. I fuck shit up with Nightwolf.
Nightwolf's good.
That's
Who's your go-to?
I do Melina
Oh, okay.
every time. Tasty.
That's gonna be a sound bit.
Or Devora in 10. I like Devora in 10.
Okay. Oh, I haven't.
She's like the bug queen.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
I don't think 10 is like the PlayStation 5
Mm,
I don't know.
or like new. I don't know. Look, Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate.
yeah.
That's where it cuts off. for me.
Melina's in it for a long time though.
Yeah, she's in it.
She's in yeah.
She's in it. Cool. Is that all our news?
Who do you play?
Oh,
Oh,
I
who-
got a.
Tommy
I
Jeff
got,
got
I got a fun fact
Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see my first movie in 2025 on Monday.
Ooh, what are you gonna see?
For the
Yeah.
record,
A
Tommy Jeff
complete
doesn't
unknown.
go and see a lot of
Huh?
movies.
What are you gonna see?
Well, I'm gonna go see, of all things, Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
nice.
And I do
Okay.
just want to put out there, I've never seen a Captain America movie through its entirety. I've watched like 5-10 minutes. of,
There's
like,
a
probably
lot
all
that
of
you are not going to understand or are missing about
Yeah.
this film.
Yeah,
Should maybe binge a few.
Or
of them.
Falcon
I
and
do
Winter
not have the
Soldier.
time for that.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience.
Even the
for
Captain
that.
American, was it Falcon Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier,
That was, I
sorry.
think, the best, in my opinion, best. My
I
favorite.
think so.
Because this is the first one with
from
Anthony Mackie,
WandaVision.
WandaVision was good.
right?
What's right one more time?
This is
Yeah,
the
there's
first
the first
one
one
with
with Anthony
Anthony
Mackie. So at the end of
Avengers.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, he actually finally takes up the Captain America mantle. And
Is that
what's
where I saw it? Because I could have sworn I saw that scene. That wasn't in the Avengers.
That you're
Mhm.
thinking of when Captain America's handing him the shield,
Oh yes, that's
But that-
100% what I'm thinking of.
but that's not what Pablo's saying. Like in the actual show.
yeah, there's
you
like a
got it.
5-episode limited series that he kind of struggles with taking up that mantle
Okay.
Mm.
of Steve Rogers. And
Give it to a white boy.
yeah, basically, I mean, because exactly what the symbolism of the shield
Mhm.
and a black man carrying it. And then what's really
It's
cool is they even
huge.
brought in the Isaiah Bradley character
right?
in that Captain America Winter Soldier. And Isaiah Bradley was the original super soldier,
Mhm.
was the dude that they experimented on who was Captain America before Steve Rogers got the super
Mhm.
soldier serum. And he went on a bunch of Black Ops missions, but he never got the praise that Captain America, Steve Rogers, blonde hair, blue eyes, Steve Rogers
Was getting.
was getting. And so it was really, really good. So
Really good.
it's like they didn't really dive into that story as much as I wish they would have in that show. So I'm hoping
Well, he's in the new movie.
Isaiah Bradley is?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Should be. I know his son is as well, or something like that, right?
Yeah, because they're batting him up to be Patriot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because
So-
Young Avengers.
Yeah, it's not getting a lot of love, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics.
I'm
Mm.
seeing it on Saturday, so
Yeah, I think you're gonna get my money.
Yeah, they're
I'm
gonna
getting
get
my money.
yeah, they'll get our money.
I want to see
Oh, yeah.
Harrison Ford as that Red Hulk.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, I
Dude.
forgot about that.
Well,
I
Tommy,
wish he would have
Mhm.
grown a mustache though.
well, Tommy Jeff will
Dang.
like this. I'm stoked. At Disney's California Adventure, they have a
Mhm.
new sipper. So like, put your drinks in.
Yeah, yeah.
You can wear the shield. Little nozzle pops up.
It's like
You
a
can al-
camelback.
and you can wear it as a backpack. The shield.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like a little mini
Nice.
shield. I want it.
I'm gonna say that's like a
I might-
$75 or $80.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but
Sipper
like,
cup.
it'll be worth it, right? Disney.
I get to
mean,
wear it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
you get to wear it.
memorabilia.
It acts like a camelback. dude.
Yeah.
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 What are you talking about?
All right.
That's
fair enough.
not nerdy at all.
Take
Yeah.
my money, Disney.
Take my money.
You'll see me on hikes with it.
That,
I
damn
mean, that'd be
straight.
sick.
Like, I'm just thirsty. So let me get a drink real quick.
They put Pablo uses Striker because he loves the police. Thanks. I don't
Damn,
like the
dude.
musical
I think he
group
just
or the
call you a
actual-
narc.
or the actual cops. I don't know. I don't like Stryker, that character. He was always very annoying. Though if you
Yeah,
played him in
Stryker
that-
was so annoying.
Yeah, if you played him in that hard mode.
How to Train Your Dragon came out too. Trailer came out.
Trailer, yeah.
This morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Also, well, we also got a Thunderbolt. A lot of trailers dropped. We also
Yeah.
got a Thunderbolts trailer at the Super Bowl
Did I like the Wheaties poster they posted?
of the
The
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts, yeah. So if you look on Instagram, and so it's like the Wheaties cereal box,
Yeah.
but it's Thunderbolts, asterisks, and then not the greatest heroes of all time. It says on the box.
No, I thought Steven
I love
Yeun
that.
was supposed to play the Sentry, but they're saying that there's
Yes.
another actor.
Yeah, like Steven Yeun's not even in it.
Ah.
Like,
So what was the discussion of Steven Yeun being the Sentry?
So what had happened was that they were doing an interview with Robert Kirkman, and of the creator of Walking Dead
Yeah.
and Invincible, and he was talking about how Steven Yeun's like, yeah, like it's crazy that how he's playing another character now in the Marvel universe, wearing blue and yellow as well as Invincible, and everyone's like, oh, you just revealed that he's playing the fucking Sentry because Sentry is the only character that would wear that in the Thunderbolts, and supposedly according to scheduling conflicts, he ducked out. Some people are saying it's backlash because they made Steven Yeun a white character. So I don't know.
He's like a blonde hair, blue eye.
Yeah, that's literally the Sentry. But what I
Yeah.
liked about the trailer, ignoring all of that aside, they are teasing the Void, which is a big part of
Who's
Bob
the-
Roberts. Yeah,
For those of you who don't know, the Sentry is
spoiler alert.
yeah, he's a schizophrenic superhero, and he's got the Void is like the evil version. But then there was even like a Sentry. I remember reading a Sentry comic in like 2006, 7, where like it's basically like the movie Identity
Yeah,
with the Sentry, where like everything that happens in his mind or something like that,
right.
and he was just like locked up the entire time.
Well, like he's dead in the current Marvel universe in the comics.
Okay.
Yeah, Carnage,
Okay.
Carnage rips him in half. Or no, Null rips him in half in front of all the Avengers.
Bill Pullman. I'm not Bill Pullman. I'm sorry. Bill Pullman's son, Louis Pullman, is playing the Sentry.
Oh, that's Bill Pullman's son?
Yeah, Bill Pullman.
He was just in
the,
Salem's Lot.
the president, the real president.
Yeah.
In Independence Day, the most riveting presidential speech ever written is the Independence Day president. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Bill Pullman's
He's
son.
Oh.
Bill Pullman's in Lake Placid, and that movie is so underrated.
He's the
I think.
president, did he? He's
In
the-
Lake Placid, he's just a cop.
but forever, he's the president from Independence.
Okay.
Come on.
That's his. I didn't know that's his son though. He's in the new Salem's Lot movie.
I'm gonna look up the
Louis Pullman.
Independence Day Bill Pullman speech.
Oh my god! Wait,
Movie speech. Bill Pullman from it was the president's name, Thomas J. Whitmore.
Tommy J.
Good morning.
Oh God.
Less than an hour. No, never mind. I'm not gonna keep
No,
on.
no. I'm sorry. Do it.
Was it? Perhaps today is the 4th of July, and once again we'll be fighting for our freedom, not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. I don't know. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. Yeah. Right. And we should, and should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. I don't know. All right, whatever. Yeah. We will not vanish without a fight. We will live on. All right.
You have to do the last line.
Oh, we're going
Yeah,
to
of all that,
survive.
yeah.
Today we celebrate our Independence Day. All right. Good stuff now.
Good job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
wow! I'm inspired.
Are you
I'm
inspired?
very inspired.
Just look it up. Like if you need some inspiration, Charlie Chaplin from the Dictator and Bill Pullman's speech in Independence Day.
Yeah.
Some of the
We're
best.
definitely
inspiration
on
out
the
there.
same level.
Definitely moving on. Here we go.
Today's haul.
Today's We went to a comic book store. Well, actually, there's a lot of okay. So yesterday we had the honor and privilege of meeting and interviewing and helping with the signing for one Mr. Daniel Warren Johnson. If you guys don't know who Daniel Warren Johnson is, probably the fastest rising comic book artist writer in the industry right now. He won an Eisner, and I specifically asked him, the man won an Eisner for a Transformers book. As crazy as that sounds, right? He wrote and drew the first 6 issues. And it's crazy because he kind of made it was a good year for Transformers because Transformers won. The Transformers comic won an Eisner, which was on nobody's comic book bingo card, I'm sure, the 2 years prior, right? But he actually made an amazing. And look, if you've read Transformer comics and that's your thing, and you're like, well, I love those things, cool. But basically the industry recognized that, hey, this was the best new ongoing series. Daniel Warren Johnson also wrote The Moon is Following Us, which is a really hot comic book right now. One of my personal favorite books, Do a Power Bomb. He wrote a book called Murder Falcon, which is amazing. Wonder Woman Dead Earth. Space Mullet is another one. Extremity. He's amazing. And I kind of asked him about it. I compare him a little to James Gunn, and they have like this weird, chaotic, insane things that happen within their story and their characters, but they're also very like flawed characters, very human stories, very emotional stories at the end of the day. If you don't know who he is, he's awesome. I recommend all of his comics. I'm a super fan, but I was also like, hey, I want to like give some of this stuff away. So we got a bunch of cool stuff signed. Not only did Daniel Warren Johnson sign our stuff, he also like sketched in each one of these, like Space Mullet, Murder Falcon. Apparently this trade is out of print. We'll release the video. Ty's got a really cool video of him sketching the Murder Falcon on a guitar, which is probably the most badass thing I've ever seen. Like he sketched inside all these. He did sign, this is the cover A of the first printing of Do a Power Bomb. He signed Transformers, drew a little Optimus Prime on the inside right there. He was ridiculously nice to every one of his fans. I can't say enough. I love when, creators and whatnot, they understand that, hey, like these are the people that are buying my stuff, supporting my product, supporting my work. I have a first and second printing of The Moon is Following Us, signed by Daniel Warren Johnson. And then he even sketched like a little Wonder Woman inside of the Wonder Woman Dead Earth as well. We're going to be giving all these things away. I'm going to be posting about it. All we're going to have to do, we're not starting it this week. Sorry. But we're going to be giving all these things away just randomly to people in the chat. Whoever's in the chat now, I will throw your name in a proverbial kind of like hat as well. But we're just going to be basically giving away to our favorite commenter. So you have a chance to just get one of these Daniel Warren Johnson books. On top of that, we have a bunch of other signed stuff. I have this isn't just the only thing. This is kind of on there. I have a Hannah Rose May, sorry, Tommy Jeff, of this variant of The Exorcism at 1600, signed by Hannah Rose May.
Damn it, I can't go for that because I'm a part of this
podcast.
Yeah,
go for it. I
Darn
have
giveaway laws.
Principles of Necromancy, signed by Jackson Lanzik and Colin Kelly. We are surrounded by comic books. I have this copy of Stray Dogs, signed by Tony Fleece. I have a bunch of signed things, and it's cool to have them around here, but I want to give them and share them with you.
This is such a good cover too.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Sorry, if anyone doesn't really know, this is genuinely my favorite comic. Until I find something new, this is my favorite.
I have that cover not signed that you can have.
And whoever gets this one signed, just know I'll forever be jealous.
Yeah.
Like that's not even a joke.
I mean, do we start now? Do we just start? Just give something away to somebody today? Yeah, you know what? If you're here now,
just make sure you're following us.
Do all the things. Make sure you're following us. Oh, look, I also have this
Dude, this is so
1 out of
cool.
45 with a certificate
Dude, this is so
1 out of
cool.
45 with a certificate of
Put
authenticity.
it down, Tommy Jeff.
This
Fine.
number 25 of 45 of this absolute Batman foil cover autographed by Frank Miller, who is also the cover artist. Something
so
we'll be
cool,
giving
too.
away. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I know there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm not giving away my signed groundness. I got to get these signed by Rick Remender, and then maybe I'll give away one of them. Only because it's a connecting cover.
There's a lot of really cool shit in
I
this
have a
place.
bunch of Patrick Horvath signed comics. But yeah, we're giving it all away. We need to clear up some space, and we need to get
to
it
make
to you
room
fine
for
folks.
more space.
That's part
or
of
more
this haul,
things.
though. Let's talk about some comics that actually dropped this week. So, look, Ty got today's haul. This is a cool one. Well, actually, let's go into. So I picked up this. There's a You'll Do Bad. Image has this like little ash can of You'll Do Bad Things.
Nice.
And what's this other one? We're taking everyone down with us. I wish I could tell you more about this, but it was just kind of thrown at me. So we will kind of learn a little bit more about these as we go. Tony Fleece and Trish Forstner, Tone Rodriguez, and I can't remember the letterer's name off the top of my head. Brad Simpson does the color. Farrell, number 10, dropped this week.
Oh.
You can find Farrell as a trade. I just always mentioned Farrell because I was like our
That was
first.
our first show.
Yeah, we talked Farrell. We're feeling it.
Yeah. Just me and you, Pablo.
And you can see how awkward it was, and we found our voice, I think, in our stride a little bit here. But it was just me and you, Diddy. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that dropped. It's a really cool book. It's basically a Disney story of cats that basically there's like I don't know, Aristocats meets 28 Days Later kind of thing. But this was one of the cooler things that dropped this week. Creep Show in Love, a really cool horror anthology from Image Books. Romance plus Creep Show. This 3-course special is for all the lonely hearts out there. Basically, they have Mika Andolfo of Sweet Paprika writes a story in here, Madness for Two. The middle story, Patrick Horvath of Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. Concocts a love potion in Cursed Casanova. And finally, Yal Ping O and Paranormal Puree. Is that Puree? Because he's got like the accent. That's Puree. Invite you to the zoo for the worst first date ever in Penguin Avenger. Really cool horror anthology once more for all the lonely or the non-lonely hearts. I don't know. This is a great Valentine's Day gift. Wouldn't you want to receive that instead of fucking chocolate?
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah. A little creep show, a little George A. Romero creep show, plus a really cool little horror anthology. What? That's a cool gift.
Yeah.
Cool gift.
I don't know
This
why.
was honestly a
Why are you
really
just
cool page to open up
assuming?
to. That was really cool.
Why are you
Image,
yelling
why are
at
you-
us?
I'm sorry, not you. I'm assuming at Image
Yeah, I
Comics,
love that.
saying that it's a special 3-course for all the lonely hearts out there.
Oh, I see.
But
yeah.
you know, whatever. It was a small haul, guys. There's not a lot. Oh,
Honestly, it's
Ty.
a nice haul that you got, though.
Ty's got something actually. He got something pretty nerdy actually.
Oh, hell yeah.
Kind of angle it.
If that's missing.
Star
not
Wars: The
take
Bad
it.
Batch.
Bad Batch is the
Hyperspace.
hyperspace stories, focusing on Clone Force 99 from the Bad Batch animated series. Dark Horse kind of took over from Marvel, so
Well, yeah, Dark Horse originally had the Marvel
Correct.
stuff.
you know it's funny. I saw a meme too where it was like Disney Plus. It's like, oh, Disney Plus originals like Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and it's like Cartoon Network crying because they were the ones that
Oh,
originally had it.
Dang.
But yeah, Pablo was nice enough to pick me up both cover A and B.
Were there more covers than this? I'm assuming.
These are the only two I saw. So
Okay.
good enough for me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Michael Morikai.
Yeah,
I think is the writer.
course.
Reese Hennigan is the penciler, inker, which is crazy. I see penciler and inker,
Yeah.
which is, I guess, yeah. Elizabeth. Oh, I'm sorry. How do you say that? Elisabetta
Elisabetta Di Masio.
Damasio.
I didn't even see where you're reading.
Inker right there to the right.
Oh,
And then
Elisabetta.
colorist Michael Atenier. Letter Comic Craft, which I'm sure is a company. So Yeah, really cool. If you're a Star Wars fan, and if you were a fan of the Bad Batch or the Clone Wars series, yeah.
Beautiful series.
Sorry, Cartoon Network.
Sorry,
It's a Disney Plus original. Disney coming to own this shit. But I do like that the Star Wars is back and some Dark Horse here, by the way.
Oh, I do too. They're the ones that did I have like the whole like compendium of when they did the Rebel series.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they did a bunch of stuff that was like kind of not or just secretly becoming canon again. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool. Well, let's dive into the meat and potatoes of our show, folks. Let's get into the comic that we all came here to read. I don't have in front of me somewhere.
The comic.
Oh no, I do. I have the preview
that
edition. It's
Jason
fine.
Aaron himself reposted us twice.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, while we're doing that live.
Thank you, Mr. Aaron. I'm a huge fan. Like I said, Jason Aaron, like for me, I love Southern Bastards. If you go into this channel and you dig a little bit deeper, you see what I did there? There is if you dig deep into our archives, it's not that far deep. You would see that one of the recommendations, I actually have two Jason Aaron recommendations. I did one for Southern Bastards and for Scalped, because like I said, two of my favorite comic books. I'm just like kind of a true crime grit kind of fan and whatnot. And Scalped is basically like The Sopranos on an Indian reservation. Southern Bastards is, well, Jason Aaron grew up in Alabama. I grew up in Louisiana. So we kind of, I don't know, kind of hits a chord, but it's like organized crime, Southern football coach kind of.
Yeah.
What's the genre? It's called like a Southern, and I use the term in the friggin' video, but I'm blanking. I don't know. Look, Southern story there. Opens up with a dog taking a poop on the first panel, and in the very back of the comic, there's a fried apple pie recipe. So that should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
That is
10 out of 10 would recommend. Jason Aaron's amazing. He also had a really great run on Thor. Jason Aaron also wrote some Star Wars books. He wrote some Doctor Strange. Let's see. Yeah, he did do Absolute Superman. He's currently working on a Ninja Turtles book. He did a really awesome Wolverine run back in the day. Wrote some Ghost Rider. Like, the man's great. Did some Namor. A Bullseye. Oh, that Jason Aaron Bullseye comic.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right.
I need to find those are his like the titles that kind of let me see. Scalped and Southern Bastards, I guess, are kind of now Bug Wars. And apparently what we heard from an anonymous source that I don't know if, but apparently Jason Aaron like personally solicited the book to comic shops.
Oh, that's
right?
cool.
Like he would call the shops and basically talk about the book and like why they should up there, which is, you know what? Awesome.
Yeah.
That's like dedication. And let me tell you, the book's fucking fantastic. We're
Yeah.
going to get into it. It is great and awesome that he did that because like if you didn't get in on this Bug Wars, did you say it's sold out already?
Sold out on the distributor level, going into a second printing. So pick this up while you can.
Yeah. So if you see this at your local comic shop right now, know that that's it. They're not printing any more of that that comic book.
Cover A, cover,
Mhm.
you know, these covers.
Yeah.
This set of covers.
There's some cool variants too,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Here, I'll show them. Let me do my thing here. It's like perspective. So I'm like,
Yeah, sorry guys, we're working with.
we're working it.
Yeah, we're working it.
We're working here. All right,
Hey.
so we got the
We should be smart about this and get these graphics. But there's a Peach Momoko.
yes
Variant.
very nice.
I don't get that. Can I see?
My favorite's the blank cover because not only is it blank, but you have our little protagonist just in mini form there. Pablo and I did see the one of 25 and the one of 50 in person. Did not see the one of 100 in person, but the one of 100 is the Peach Momoko.
It's
just
a
the virgin
Peach
variant.
Momoko Virgin variant.
Yep.
So it's Peach Momoko's cover B.
Yep.
But it's just, yeah,
The full art.
it's the full art, no
cover.
Bug Wars title. And I do
That
love
one's so sick. You guys saw that one?
yeah, we saw it in person.
Dang, I wanted that one.
And I do love also that like the way that the Bug Wars, whatever font is like got like the little like,
Yes.
I don't know, like
Beetle leg.
beetle leg
Scorpion
and
tail.
and so yeah, a bunch of cool stuff.
Oh, it's
Once more, it's brilliantly stated in the back of the book. They say it's Game of Thrones meets Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. What else does he say?
Oh, it's as if Imagine Narnia written by Garth Ennis.
Yeah.
which is amazing.
I like that a
So
lot.
good.
Oh my gosh. Well, oh man, we should save that.
Mhm.
I just something we missed something in news and stuff because you said Garth Ennis. Cross is getting an adaptation. We'll talk about that.
Shut
I know. I don't know how. Sorry, I don't want to digress, but yeah, Cross.
Animated or live
I
action?
have no fucking clue, but it should not happen.
That should not happen.
But
what the hell?
But yeah, Narnia written by Garth Ennis. The book once more by Jason Aaron. Is it's
I met Garth
Mahmoud?
Ennis.
Mahmoud? Mahmoud?
Mahmoud. It's probably Mahmoud.
Mahmoud?
Yeah. probably
Asrar.
emphasize
I'm
the
so
H.
sorry if I'm butchering your name. Matthew Wilson and Becca Carey.
Oh my
Let me just read the opening panel here, and I don't know if you want to show it. I love how it opens. I took notes, by the way. I do love that it opens with like the kind of like lore. Almost I don't want to say Star Wars isn't the only people to actually ever do this, right? But I do love that it opened up with this kind of like lore and just text. Let's see. Anyways, in the yard, there is talk of atrocities. Word has come from the frontier hive in the pinelands of the mite colonies and the bug herds reduced to ruins. Some speak of a mysterious storm slaughtering all within its path, but among the beetle clans, suspicions turn as always to an age-old enemy. So when tempers flare at a tavern in Barktown, the barbarians proceed to berserk themselves on suckle rum, smear their flesh with cricket viscera, and ride for the nearest anthill. And it's like, it looks like it should be like the opening of like a novella,
Yeah.
right? Like it's beautiful. Yeah. Initial thoughts on that, by the way. You guys have anything?
I think it definitely sets the tone.
Yeah, right.
for the
Yeah,
book.
definitely.
But yeah, this is just like I don't know, just the font, just the whole
Yeah.
details. It reminds me of like old books, like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
here in the 100-Acre Woods.
Yeah.
This isn't exactly Winnie the Pooh,
No,
but I
it's
know what you're
definitely not.
talking about. It. Yeah. It's a very traditional. They have like the filigrees with like the
Mhm.
fleur-de-lis at the
Yes.
top with, I don't know if that's like an olive branch, and then they have the enlarged first letter.
Yeah.
Right.
And then so
Just
like
all
a,
that negative space in here too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. And
Beautiful.
then just I don't know what kind of beetle that is. That is some sort of
It's probably the
pincer beetle
no, it's probably his beetle, right? What did he calls it something? The
pack, I think is what he
It's a
calls
Yeah.
it. But I don't know. But
European
It's like a European rhinoceros. beetle.
rhinoceros
Yeah.
beetle. There you go.
no, that's a different. That's
But
not a
that's
rhino-
not-
that's
that's not-
like a pincer beetle.
Yeah.
That might be Ringo. I don't know.
Who knows?
Oh yeah.
But no, I love it. It's like it's compared to like an old.
Yeah. It almost looks like it's like screen printed with his leg, how it kind of like
Yeah,
like a
like a pressing.
dolls. Yeah, it's like a pressing. It looks really cool.
Yeah, and then also it adds like clarity for the insanity that you're about to get into.
Yeah, literally the next page, you're like, oh,
You're
Yeah.
in it. You're right in war.
Yeah, so the folks that they're talking about, they're saying they're like, hey, like the mite colonies, and I'm assuming all these smaller people are the mites, and then the bug herds that they ride. So yeah, it like it's like this like opening like war scene with very drunk beetle rider mites, and like it's like ride, you mangy flea fuckers. Yeah, pretty much starts right off and kind of like tells you everything you need to know about what these colonies are going to be like. Kill the whole fucking lot. And then
Hill.
oh yeah, I'm sorry, the whole hill. Does it say hill? Yeah, kill the whole fucking hill. Sorry. Somebody said that this preview version that I read, although it's like missing a page, there's different text, but I don't know. And then there's like the ant colonies, and the ants look very like prestigious and royal and cleaned up, and
These guys are like the barbarians, the mites.
yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, the barbarians on the beetles. That's a tongue twister.
Barbarians
on the beetles. And then the ants, yeah, are just kind of in their
They have
own-
their wings.
Yeah, they have their wings, and there's some riding like the traditional ants.
Yeah.
You see like green blood, heads are flying. I love this. The art is mind blowing. It's beautiful. Like it really is very well done.
Yeah.
And I love that they said Honey, I Shrunk the Kids instantly, like anybody who just ever saw that movie
Yeah.
would automatically be like, oh, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And I love that it's like the yard. It's like, yeah, the yard is a dangerous
Yeah.
flipping place. More relevant, right? There's a real Bug's Life or whatever that's on Disney Plus that you will see like some of these little animals. It goes down in the yard.
I like it. It says the
Yeah,
yard
they're
and then
vicious.
the Rootlands. I like how it's called the Rootlands.
Very
Which is
That's
medieval.
epic.
Which is the root. We get it. Like I love,
Yeah.
you get all those things instantly. And he does a really good job in making it like accessible in that sense. You get some intense war scenes, hyper violent bug war.
Yeah. Get some mite nudity.
But you do get some mite nudity in here, don't you? You do. We can't show you the mite nudity.
The D-mite.
Yeah.
It's a D-mite.
But yeah, amidst the chaos of this war, the storm that they're talking about comes. And I knew this. I'm like, the storm.
The storm.
Is this like a weed whack? Is this a lawnmower?
Yeah.
And like there's this really amazing splash page of the storm kind of engulfing all of the mites and the barbarians and the ants and everybody that was once fighting. And sure enough, pull out to the yard.
The yard.
Yeah. And before we get into the reveal of that it is a lawnmower, they also kind of establish the different lands.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the storm was sudden and short-lived and all-consuming. It's the aftermath. There was no more battle, no more armies, no more hill. Word of the massacre spread quickly across the yard. The war raiders growled their gruntled psalms of slaughter. And that's, was that wasp?
Hornets?
Yeah,
Or
hornets, war raiders. But war raiders with a
W.
W-O-R, raiders like W-R-A-I-D-R-S, which I love that. The lords of the honey thicket calmed their quaking with huffs of pollen, which are the bees.
That's so cute.
And the mice.
That's cute.
It's cute, but fucking crazy at the same time. The maggot monks prepared for carrion. I love that the
Prayed for-
maggots are,
They prayed.
Oh, sorry. They prayed for carrion,
Carian.
which I'm
Carrion.
assuming is maybe some sort of mite god. But the maggots just live on the carcass of a dead dog that's in the
Dude.
backyard, apparently. The beetle metropolis of Swarm City raged in mourning. And yeah, it's just like a little pile of twigs and sticks where beetles would live. The sisters with a Y, of the spiders with a Y, spun ancient spells to divine the future, which I love. That
The
that's-
witches.
Spiders are the witches.
Yeah,
So
dude.
good.
Oh,
So
does it
good.
say? Wait, does it say spiders? Because in my copy it says the witches of Weird Web.
Weird Web.
Weird
Witches
Web.
of Weird Web.
Oh,
So and it's
Yeah.
witches with the WYT,
Right.
and
And
then it's
Weird Web
Weird
is-
Web of WYR.
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, so that's the different text. I
Yeah.
have a preview version, and it calls it the Sisters of Spider.
Yeah.
I think the witches of Weird Web is.
I
far-
love
is
the
really
witches
of
cool.
Weird
Web.
Yeah.
But they spun ancient spells to divine the future. Wow, witches of
Yeah.
Weird Web. I do like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And witches with a Y.
Witches with the
Yeah.
witches.
Mhm.
Wow, that's it.
That's it.
That's the one. And the far edge of the yard where only boldest bugs hunters dared to venture, strange chittering was heard from the squirrels in the woods. The sounds of chingly akin to laughter.
Chingly.
That sounds
Chillingly?
chillingly
Chilling with the
akin to laughter.
Pablo,
So-
how do you read these?
He's dyslexic.
I'm dyslexic. No. I got it. I mean, like
I
whatever the
got it.
context is there. The sound
Yeah.
chillingly akin to laughter.
Chingling.
Chinglingly.
On the next page,
Stuffle.
I just want to point out one thing I really like. I really like how they transition from like top area that they're in. Because
Yeah.
at the very, very beginning, it does the same thing in the top left on that first one that says the yard, the Rootlands. And then in the top right on this page, it says West Bottom, Alabama.
Yes.
And it's like pinned to the page.
Mhm.
And like the art for that's really, really, I think, neatly done.
Which this whole area in the South,
Pin like you pin bugs.
Mhm.
Like those kind of-
northern Louisiana,
Mhm.
Alabama, those areas, if you are in the sticks of them all,
It's Bug City.
It's fucking Bug City. And
yeah.
I remember
And you need to kill them all.
camping in, oh my gosh. I remember seeing a banana spider for the first time who like basically weave their webs in between two trees, like giant webs. And they're just these like fluorescently yellow and black giant spiders
Oh hell no.
that live in Northern Virginia. I don't know if that's the
Hell
proper
no.
term, but dude, like Bug City, if you are in that
Mhm.
area, yeah, this is the perfect setting for the Bug Wars.
Yeah.
But then I also, so we cut to like pull out from that tiny little microscope. I also love that this takes place in just like, it reminds me, I mean, it reminds me like the Grinch, how like everything takes place on a snowflake,
Yeah.
right? Person's a person, no matter how small, y'all. Uh,
I like how the moving truck is called Y'all Haul.
is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no moving truck on mine. On this
Oh,
one.
weird. Or no, you do. It's like not a truck. It's like a pod.
Yeah,
You have the pod, but it says Y'all Haul on
Y'all
ours.
haul.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yours is blank.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
I like the y'all haul.
We're
Y'all
gonna give away
haul.
this preview edition. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then basically cuts to two brothers, but one of the brothers looks like the freaking lead singer to like what's the band from Metalocalypse?
Metalocalypse. I was gonna say that.
What was the guy's name?
I know you're talking
I forget
about.
his name.
Oh, it's gonna drive me
Tommy
crazy.
Jeff.
Tommy Jeff.
I'm
come on.
sorry, I don't have my computer in front of me. Who does this on phones? This is weird.
The band was called Deathlock.
Mhm.
And let's see who the lead singer. I remember like let's see, the melodic death metal Deathlock. Who are the members?
Brendan Small.
Yeah, Brendan Small
the
was the
lead singer.
creator, but like the actual like the
That's like in
fictional-
Community where he's like, I loved you in IMDb.
Let's see,
I don't know
Deathlock
his
band
name.
members. Damn it, we're gonna just dive down this rabbit hole
We have
of
to
who the
figure it
members.
out.
We have information at
We
our,
have technology.
yeah, at our
have-
fingertips. But was it? Do they not say his name in that? Okay, real life.
I'm
band.
just getting a bunch
The real life
of
band is Brendan Small.
and he's the lead
Anybody in
vocals.
chat? Johnny California. Johnny. What was the freaking name? Nathan Explosion. For
Ah.
fuck's sake. Yeah, Nathan Explosion.
Yeah, he looks
Pickles, Swissguard, Toki, and William Murderface.
like him.
Yes, Nathan Explosion.
I
Yeah,
love that
so
show.
basically Nathan Explosion mowing the lawn right here. And then it took me a minute to like kind of figure out his brother. I'm like, what's like the weird little, is that Freckles? But he's like just pimply face kid.
Yeah, he's got
Pizza
pimples.
face. And then he's like, Mom, Sid's mowing over the anthill again. And then they reveal these characters' names. So Sidney Slade is the older brother who looks like Nathan Explosion.
Mhm.
And then I'm sorry, what was the young boy's name again? Slade. So so Sydney Slaymaker and Slade Slaymaker.
Slade Jameson Slaymaker.
Yeah. Thanks for but like what? Whose last name is Slaymaker?
That's a badass name.
Yeah.
That is a badass name. And then yeah, Tommy Jeff, this was your favorite line, right? Of like, what, Mom, he's being a fucking asshole.
Oh yeah, because he's just like, he's the one who's been a fucking asshole since we moved here. And then Mom goes, Slay Jameson Slaymaker. And then he goes, sorry, he's been a fucking butthole.
Yeah.
Slade Jameson Slaymaker. There's a lot of slaw in there. Slaw.
It's so well done. I loved it because
Yeah,
in
the
my-
dialogue is awesome.
like growing up, I would have changed fucking and kept asshole and still been in just as much trouble.
Yeah.
That's
That's
so good.
Like shit and bricks.
Thanks,
Sorry,
Big
shit and
Butler.
rocks.
yeah. One of my favorite. This is we're diverting off topic here, but if you ever watched the made for TV version of The Exorcist,
Oh,
like the most famous scene of like your mother, in HE double sippy straws, they
double sippy
changed it,
straws.
and this was my wife's like I guess like old random Facebook like quote that was on there,
hmm
but they changed it to "Your mother breaks rocks in jail."
Yeah.
Your mother breaks rocks in jail.
Yeah.
So I'll
The edited version.
I'll regularly reference that, and it's just the weirdest deep cut that nobody probably picks up on. But I love hurling that insult at people because we know what it really means.
Yeah.
If I say your mother breaks rocks in jail, just know that's not what I mean.
Oh, I want to say it so bad. No,
I don't know if we can. I mean,
we
you
definitely can't.
We shouldn't.
If Joe and Joe was here, he would do it.
Joe, yeah, Joe.
Oh,
This is another difference, I think, within our comics. I'm missing a whole page here.
Mm.
is it this one?
Yeah, yes, it's the page. Like, see how mine cuts to this, and then just cut
yeah, because
to
you immediately cut to the next page.
yeah. So it doesn't have the mother's sort of the Mrs. Slaymaker. Well,
Where she's like, keep it together.
which is Slaymaker's the craziest last name. Yeah, she's like, keep it together. So we kind of reveal between Slade and Sydney, Slaymaker, that they're moving back into this house. Their father has recently passed away. This was, I guess, the house where his
Not
father found his
recently.
Not recently.
Not
12
recently.
years, right?
Yeah, 12 years. That's not recent.
The father was an entomologist.
Mhm. Discovered his passion for entomology.
Yeah, and they moved back into the house where he discovered the passion for entomology. And I guess, yeah, because Slade, I saw the name Slade, Sydney's the older one. Slade, I guess, didn't really
Know him.
know.
He
I
died
mean,
when
he was very, very young.
He died when Sydney was 5.
Yeah. Okay. So,
And Slade was even younger than that.
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, Sydney has some trauma he was the one who discovered his father's body. Slade is just like his dad. He's pretty much a bug nerd.
Bug nerd.
Yeah. Bug nerd.
And they had to move back to the house because she went bankrupt.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Mhm. That's what they
Yeah.
talk about in that missing page.
So she goes bankrupt. Yeah, her
Well,
husband passed away.
Yeah, that missing page they talk about quite a bit because
Yeah.
she draws attention to the European rhinoceros beetle that Slade is holding. And
Yeah.
Slade calls it Pack.
Yeah.
And this is from the lineage of one of his dad's beetles.
Oh,
Like
They
it's
do
an
that.
actual from the lineage of it. And then Slade's all like, yeah, no, you're doing really good dealing with the bankruptcy, the move and everything. I love you. To his mom and everything. We all know that I'm a softie when it comes to like
Yeah.
familial love. Because
Yeah.
it's just an amazing thing to
it
see.
is.
Mhm.
It is. Yeah, and a big contrast between the two brothers, right?
Mhm.
Sydney being older, very much hates bugs. Slade being the younger one who didn't really know his dad, loves bugs, although he didn't kind of discover that side of his dad. He just kind of like, he's like, what's Steve Irwin's kid's name? Like the young crowd, Steve Irwin. But it's just crazy,
Ooh,
like
what is his
how much
I'm
that
looking
kid
it
is
up.
like his dad.
name? Yeah, he's like his dad.
Yeah, and it kind of I
Robert Irwin.
Robert
yeah,
Irwin.
and it's so funny. It's like, wow, you guys, you didn't. I'm sure. I mean, there's a lot of footage of his dad out there, but it's just crazy that he just followed in his dad's footsteps, just
Mhm.
like that, and he's so exactly like his father handles
Mhm.
stuff. Pretty great. So kind of a little bit of that, a little bit of Steve Robert Irwin vibe. I
I
don't
feel
know.
like he knew his dad a little.
Yeah,
He was young though.
No,
I
he's
guess.
very young, probably.
Oh,
Tommy Jeff, how old was?
Oh, sorry. I went down a
How old
different
was
rabbit hole.
Robert? Oh, my God! I'm like,
Uh,
what were you just browsing the doom scrolling all of a sudden on the middle of the stream, Tommy Jeff?
Yeah, I was actually because it was going on about like, oh, dude, Robert was 3 years old.
Yeah, he was
oh,
very,
yeah,
very
okay.
young.
You were right.
That was a long time ago.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
That kid's
Steve
young.
Irwin passed away in 2006. Robert Irwin was born in 2003.
Rest in peace,
Whoa.
Crocodile Hunter. One
And
of
then
my.
Bindi Irwin, his daughter, is named after a saltwater crocodile and a Staffordshire bull terrier.
Hmm.
I did not know that. That was the rabbit hole that I ended up going down when I looked up their names.
Nice. So one thing you guys don't have that I do have in this preview edition is kind of like a little character sheet.
oh,
Or so the Peach Momoko cover, that
Yeah.
variant, that is one of the witches of the Spider Witch. Just says Spider Witches
Oh.
here. So that Peach Momoko variant is the witches of what? Weblock?
mhm.
Which is a
Which
web-
is a weird
yeah.
web.
Which is a weird
web.
web.
Weird web.
Yeah,
Weird web.
And then you get a little Slade Slaymaker character sheet here.
But do you have the
Do you have the
spray
ad?
they pay?
I love that they have the
Yeah.
Rays ad,
Yeah.
by the way, in the middle of the
See.
comic like that.
So my initial read through of this, I completely glanced over it because that's what
Just
I do.
thinking
with
it was an
ads.
ad.
Yeah,
Well,
100%. I did, and then I actually like read it, and at the bottom of this, it says, "Look for the Rays family of
Yes.
products at your local Dollar Drugs, the Headless Cockroach Glue Motel, Ant Hill Hiroshima Lawn Napalm."
Yeah, dude.
Screaming Mosquito Inferno Zapper.
And
Yeah.
then Spider Baby Bonfire Super Gel.
This is so Jason, and I love.
Mhm.
Maybe that's why I connect so much with his work is this the Southern connection, because there is stuff that's just like you had to have grown up in a certain time in the South to kind of get. Like, I mean, like there's not a lot of people like incorporating like Piggly Wigglies into comics and things like
No.
but it's like you have to know, like if you know kind of thing. It's weird, but
And then it's got the best warning of them all that I've ever seen. Not for use on squirrels or possums.
yeah, not on possums. Possums are very gentle creatures, by the way.
I love pop.
They eat mosquitoes.
So we learned
Mhm.
that, Ty.
We did.
But yeah, the spider witches have the kind of a little breakdown here. If you get that Peach Momogo cover in that variant, that's who that is. And they also give you like the Antimperium, the Beetle Clan here, and the Wasp Raiders. I don't know if you want to see. So you kind of get a little.
Yeah, we don't have that.
No, you don't have that.
Let me see.
You don't.
Flash.
I'll trade you.
Okay.
I'll trade.
Okay.
Dude, he's like, all right, fine. But you guys can trade there. So basically, yeah, you get a little bit of that. I do love that. I love that he named it. It's perfect name too, Rays, because you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously can't use raid, but it's really well done. Please, no, I have 200 children. Why is the ant pleading for his
He's
life?
bleeding.
Please, no.
That's a cockroach, isn't it?
Yeah, or
It
I'm
is
sorry,
a
the
cockroach.
cockroach. It reminds me of the scene from like Shark Tale
Yeah.
with the shrimp. But you know, and my brother's he's such a good little guy. Yeah.
He says he has
Yes.
400 kids or something.
Yeah.
200, yeah.
That's what this is like.
Cockroaches. Ugh.
Yeah, mine ends with Sydney mowing the lawn. That after the Rays ad is where you kind of get the second half of it. And then you realize that Sydney's a freakazoid because
Is he?
I mean look,
We find out why.
we find out
Yeah,
why
we
he's
do.
scarred. He's a scarred individual. He's a broken individual.
And to be fair, I'd be scarred with that too.
Absolutely. I'm not blaming, but he is, definitely.
Yeah, Jesus. When they show the dad.
Yeah, he's yelling. He's like, I hear them in the walls. Like there are bugs in these walls. He's such a, what's the phobia for being like, just scared of bugs?
I know arachnophobia.
I got it.
I mean, I can also be looking at stuff. You know, we have the world at our fingertips here. And
Entomophobia.
entomophobia. Yeah, his father was an
Entomologist.
entomologist. Sorry. Yeah. So people exactly right. Causes traumatic experiences with insects. Witnessing someone else have a negative experience with insects. Genetic predisposition and cultural influences can make somebody entomophobic. Yeah. So he's insane entomophobe. And he has like a sign on his thing is this is what happens to bugs around here.
Yeah, he's
Which is like, but can you
Like-
pull that up?
You like a little warning?
Yeah, it's like a splattered bug, which reminds me, there was like I don't know which comedian did it, where he talks about, he's like, whenever I kill a cockroach, I impale it on a toothpick and like put it outside of my door. So cockroaches know that if they come into my house, this is what could happen to them. I don't. But yeah, he's got like a smushed bug, and he's like, "This is what happens to bugs around here."
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that is down there. Such just great humor here as well.
It's such great humor.
And then the contrast from Slade here, how this is a Rays free zone. And he's actually even under the covers when the mom goes into the room, and he's like protecting all the bugs underneath
From the fumes.
Mhm.
from the fumes. Yeah, don't let the fumes in. And the mom's basically being like, "Hey, I got to go to work." You know, she got the classic towel wrapped on the head like that. Slade, I've told your brother he has to control his temper, but maybe just hang out in here tonight, okay? So yeah, the mom's off to work, and then he's basically being like, "I'm not leaving my specimens or whatever." He's talking about like one of the bugs could be pregnant, and when the mom leaves, basically, well, before we go into that, you do get a little bit of the origin story, which is why Sydney is so enraged and
Hates bugs so much.
hates bugs so much. And they kind of talk about this is also the house where the dad grew up, where he discovered his passion
And where he died.
and where he died. He loved the house so much he kept an office in the basement. And then we get pretty gruesome flashback of Sydney discovering his dad dead and basically being eaten consumed by bugs. Which who knows? Like, how long was he down there for? Why is he?
It's such a grotesque image too.
It's really
It is. I don't know. If
You,
we can't. It's very well drawn.
yes,
The art in this book is beautiful,
it genuinely,
and not
is.
just that. Not just the art. That like the coloring is amazing. The artist,
detail on it.
the lettering too. I like it.
the use of like light, how the artist creates light, and how they play with the shadows. Like you clearly see like in this panel right here with the dad's grotesque dead body, the kid discovers there's like a light source from his lamp, and just the way that it's kind of done and shining on him just adds to the image. It's really, really, really amazing. So kudos to you, Mahmud Asrar. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name, but I'm a huge fan of your art, and feel free to correct me and curse me out in the comments if you see this. And if you see this, thanks for watching. I love the art. Sydney's losing his mind. I'm assuming while he's like yelling, I hear you in there, motherfuckers, he's probably listening to some badass metal.
Yeah.
They don't really say that, but I'm gonna say he's like so like just hyped up from whatever metal. Also, what I noticed is that Sydney keeps his cans of Rays next to his dirty magazines under his bed.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Can we show that image, Ty? Which I love. Once more, it's like the subtle little jabs and things of humor that Jason Aaron has. That adds such heart to the book. Yeah,
such good attention to detail for like teenagers too.
Yeah, here, there we go. There it is. Look at that right there. Nudie magazine, cans of Rays in a box under the bed. Busts in all Nathan explosion like, sees his brother under the covers, rips out the covers, starts losing his shit, goes to town with the Rays. All the bugs go everywhere. It turns into chaos. Sid, let me tell you. I don't know. I guess I don't know how to react. So you kind of see why Sydney is like this, but it's like, man, what a crazy move there with your brother. I don't know. I feel
probably
bad.
Triggered by moving back into the house where he saw his father.
He's
brutally killed by bugs.
Absolutely, he's having an episode for sure.
Look at this crazy smile.
I know. Yeah,
that part. I'm like, dang.
He gets some sick enjoyment
Evil.
out of it.
Well, he wants to kill all bugs. He doesn't love them. Rightfully so, right?
Yeah.
That's why this is why it's hard. It's like I don't want to say he's like a villain or anything, but I mean they draw him very villainously.
Yeah,
right?
Because he's such a stark contrast.
He is
to the rest of the family.
And I don't know if we're gonna get more through the book, right? But I mean, obviously all good villains have justification within their villainry. So
because to them, they're not the villain.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
So that's already an interesting, compelling character for that reason, right? He gets in a fight with his brother, starts killing the bugs. He gets attacked by some bugs, loses his shit, ends up tripping on and then basically Slade starts running down the hallway trying to get away from his enraged brother, ends up going down into the cellar where his dad died, or his dad's old office. And then he discovers like memoirs. And one of the memoirs is Adventures in the Yard, volume 17. And he kind of sees a lot of his dad's work and studies. He's looking for his prized like rhino beetle pack. And then Pack slips into a little crack in the wall. He reaches in. I don't know what that is. Is that like an amulet?
Yeah,
It's
Is
like a
it-
beetle
Yeah.
amulet.
because then it turns into like a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we see his hand grasping towards the bug, and then you see like these mite colonies around his hand. He grabs Pac, but then he also touches this like pendant that then sucks him in to the tiny little crack on the wall. Pac is now what, like fucking 10 times his size. He's on Pac's back. And I love the dialogue here, by the way. He woke, head swimming, chest on fire, and yet to the boy, something about the pain felt so very right. The boy, the poor lost boy that I was then,
Mm-hmm.
because it's, I guess, him narrating it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, and once more, look, this is an issue 1. Not spoiling it. That it did to me what it's, I think, meant to do.
Yeah.
Which is kind of attracted to the book. But yeah, then I don't know. Should we talk about the rest of this? He does get a kind of this like little kind of
Brutal
twerp that's
awakening.
been pushed around for the longest time, has a moment. Did you guys ever see The Hills Have Eyes? Like the like most recent?
No.
Most recent.
It's a hard watch because there's like essay in it and like
Oh no. I
from
didn't
like
see-
mutant, hillbillies.
Yeah.
But there's the antagonist character is like this very kind of pathetic Weasley, what I guess like what a super like conservative person would imagine like a snarky liberal to be. He's like wearing glasses and has like the slightly longer hair. And there is a point in this movie, which is probably one of my favorite moments in any film, where the mutants are like basically have attacked him. The movie, he's basically trying to rescue his newborn infant that gets kidnapped by mutants. His wife ends up dying. His family's all like, friggin' dismantled. And it's like a hopeless moment. It does it so well because he's like covered in blood and you think these mutants are about to have their way with him. And he's literally pleading for his life. And he's like, oh, please don't kill me. Help me. And the mutants are making fun of him. Sorry, my eye's just itching like that. Like crazy right now.
He's really emotional about this part of the movie.
Yeah. Well,
He is.
I have something in my eye. And it builds this insane tension where you're like, wow, what a pathetic death this freaking dude's about to have. And then from out of nowhere, he like stabs this dude in the foot and then like stabs him through the neck. And his like glasses had fallen off and he's like doused in blood. And he like, it's like this slow rise of this like superhero moment. This music swells and he puts on like his blood doused glasses slowly and goes on a like murder rampage to mutants to rescue his infant child. Happy ending? He does, right? Crazy flipping movie. Very triggering though. I will warn you. This kind of reminded me of that moment where it's like you have this measly, pimple-faced, bug-loving dork, for lack of a better term, little pencil neck geek, little just straight twerp.
What a bully.
Look,
This guy.
getting surrounded
Yeah.
by
Might Warriors.
Might Warriors. Yeah, like they're probably like in relevance, probably like 3 feet taller. They're green. They're these alien-esque looking, freaking insanely jacked friggin' heroes or warriors, whatever it may be. And then out of nowhere, he punches literally through one of them. And
Yeah,
this
that part's
beautiful art. By the way, stunning art, beautiful contrast here with the greens and like the reds. And once more,
He goes and fuck your face. He punches through it.
and then it reads, it's like, I've never punched anyone or kissed anyone or scored any points in sports ball. In school, I got C's and walked with my head down. I've never done anything that couldn't be ignored by everyone around me. I'd never killed anything before, not even a bug. Literally wouldn't even hurt a fly,
Mhm.
right? Part of me wonders if I could ever go back now after everything I've seen, everything I've become. After the adventures in the yard and the war and the truth about dad, would I still reach for that amulet if given the choice, or would I run for the fucking hills? That's how the book ends. It is fucking masterful.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I didn't expect to love this book as much as I love this book,
Yeah.
I
but
agree with that.
I love this book so much. Yeah. Final thoughts. What did this, you guys, remind you guys of anything? Is there anything? I know I went down that long, but just that moment where
That
he punches
moment.
that bug.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did it make you feel? Did it impact your mood?
Yeah, I'm super excited for the rest of it. You know, it kind of reminded me of the Spiderwick Chronicles.
I've
in a
never
way.
seen those.
Oh,
In a way, because it's like a little kid who's obsessed with bugs and stuff, and then he gets like transported to this world, or does the world come to him? I forget, but it's like he's now inside of their like war and everything.
Oh.
It kind of reminds me of that,
Okay.
but in like a very different way. But
So maybe the Spiderwick Chronicles, if they were written by Garth Ennis.
there you go.
yeah,
Look, the Spiderwick. I don't know where the term I think he wrote that. If it was written by Garth Ennis, if it was written by Jason Aaron.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
honestly.
Jason Aaron's writing style is so distinct.
Yes,
And it's got like, I don't know, perfect balance. I think of like the little jokes, the
Mm-hmm.
humor, the darkness, the intensity, and then the whimsy of it all.
yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Yeah. Tommy Jeff, did the book here? I got book club questions.
Yeah, book
what-
club question.
Anything surprise you guys about it? Anything that you weren't expecting? I think Ty thought it was gonna be a kid's book.
Well, I mean, I didn't think it was gonna be like a kid's book, but I thought it'd be like young adult, where
Yeah.
like I can hand this book off to my nephew, and he can probably have a good time. And I'm like,
Yeah, but in the
I mean,
Yeah.
I probably still could, but you know, I shouldn't.
See, I enjoyed it because it has the ingredients that you kind of need. It's got like that really encapsulating first couple of pages. You've got the war going on. You're just like, what the hell's going on? Then all of a sudden, lawnmower. Right.
Yeah.
And then you go through it, you get the family dynamic. You see that the brother's just a jerk at the beginning. Mom's trying to do her best, went through bankruptcy. You get the backstory, and then you see like the origin story, I guess you could say, of a potential
trauma.
like villain in it.
Yeah, you think he's gonna become
Well, I don't know, but like you get the origin story if that is the case, and like one hell of a reason to do it. And like, who doesn't hate bugs? Like, so many people hate bugs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
but
like,
maybe
it's such a
it'll be-
relatable.
Maybe
like-
we'll end up loving bugs and fighting in the bug war.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, well, isn't
Maybe
the
he'll
kid
fall in
from
love with
Honey,
a
I
bug.
Shrunk the Kids? He's like kind of a dick at first, and then he like makes best friends with the
the
ant.
ant?
And then he gets killed, and it's
Oh
so
my
sad.
Why
That's
did
what
you
I see
remind me of
for
that.
I know. That's what I see in Sydney's future.
That
I
was
don't know.
You see Sydney
devastating.
coming around.
Maybe he did seem kind of evil. That smile.
He is drawn. If I had to foreshadow, if I had to speculate, he's drawn very evil,
Mhm.
He is.
They
And
might be in opposite sides of the bug wars.
and he looks like Nathan Explosion. He looks like a villain.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, and I just see him as being the villain because he's just going to be cutting the grass and he's
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
spraying rays.
He like won't be
Like, so he's the villain because of that. And
Yeah.
on the cover, I mean, if you look at the cover,
It's him.
it's him spraying the rays on his brother. and
Oh, that's
everything.
so
yeah.
true.
like
Oh,
that's
wow.
him. So it's
Doesn't
no
dawn
one
up-
else.
Now that I'm looking at that again, that's
Yeah,
crazy. You're
that's
right.
true.
So like it's just like his character, I think he's gonna be pretty prominent within it, but it's just gonna be in like the most nonchalant ways. Like he's very intentional with his brother. But throughout this, like I think it's just gonna be like I'm gonna go cut the grass and there's an anthill.
So
Yeah.
they call him Sydney. Is there any relevant, or do you think like any?
Sydney,
Um,
Australia. I mean,
no,
everything there kills you.
I'm thinking of Sid from Toy Story,
Oh yeah.
like kind
Oh,
of
that's
like
true.
that same sort of
Oh.
character, who like the kid who burns ants with magnifying glasses.
Mhm.
Mhm.
kinda
And like
thing.
creates the weirdest doll mechanic
Yeah,
machine spider thing.
I don't know if that was like a little tip of the hat to that or not.
Mhm,
but-
it could have been.
I don't know
Yeah, I
what
like
I got
that.
out of it. Yeah, he's so freaking great.
Mhm.
Are we pulling? Are we waiting for a trade, or are we passing?
I always say that I'm pulling, but I also just want the trade. Like when the trade comes out, I'm definitely getting it.
That's or both. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
all
both.
of the above, right?
Yeah.
Deluxe edition hardcover. That's probably the highest praise. That should be
Yeah.
our rating scale. We're making it up on the fly right here. It should be Do we pull it? Do we wait for the trade? Do we do both? Or do we do the deluxe edition hardcover is like the highest praise?
Or the highest praise would be, are you going to get it graded as a 9.8?
Oh.
Yeah, well, it's good luck, brother, trying to find those comics now. If you look, if you have a local comic shop, go try to track it down. Like Ty said, it's sold out on the distributor level, rightfully so. Fantastic.
And if you guys see the cover F, the peach one, I want it.
The 1 of 100?
Yeah.
She will.
You saw one today. Well, you saw B. I'd take B
Yeah,
too.
B.
But
I'm just
Nah,
I'm
I
sorry.
agree with Ty. I think C. I think C would be the
C would-
cover I'd
C would
want.
be one.
That white cover with just him in the bottom right corner and the title. Like,
yeah, that
Right.
one's really cool.
You can
it's
get your favorite
solid.
artist to draw. You can get them to draw on it.
Mm-hmm.
Make your own cover.
Maybe get a signature just in the
There you go.
smack dab in the middle.
But make it really tiny. Can you-
But
I'm gonna try
Like
to
a
get
bug.
this. Is Jason Aaron gonna be at WonderCon? Is that
I did not check. We can all check.
look? I'm gonna get this preview version signed.
When is WonderCon?
End of March.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this preview version signed, and we're gonna give it away.
There's also a MegaCon variant, which recently just happened.
Cool.
Variant.
Orlando MegaCon.
Orlando MegaCon. It is the foiled Peach Momoko Virgin variant.
oh,
So it's shiny.
Cut to your camera.
It looks
Ty.
like
People want
it
to see
looks
you
like
in your cool
it looks like
background.
Diddy
You're-
is going to be flying down to
Well, you get on
Miami for this.
Well, you get it on eBay
Oh yeah,
because
for a lot of money.
For a lot.
For-
What?
How much is it on eBay?
60, 55. But the Peach Momoko 1 of 100, it's bidding right now at over $100.
dang.
You know what? Worth it.
Worth-
Yeah.
I was just gonna say
No,
worth
no
it.
joke. And I'll if you're somebody who's collecting things for like the increase in value, whatever it may be, this I can easily see this getting adapted into
Yeah,
Oh,
an
yeah.
animated, really badass animated thing, a live action. It is so much fun. And like if somebody in Hollywood's not working on this like right away, I don't know what the hell you're doing, Hollywood. Okay, but jump on this shit right now while it's still at the comic. It's already sold out. But no, yeah, Jason Aaron killed it, knocked it out of the park. Another one of my favorite comic books, easily, for sure, one of my new favorite comic books of 2025. I
Yeah.
don't know. There's only been like three number ones out here. But no, I can see this being one of my favorite comics. Of the
Yeah.
year.
I'm super excited about it. It's awesome.
I can agree with that.
So we're pulling it, and we're getting the deluxe hardcover.
Yeah.
I'll trade for mine, but that's because I just wouldn't be in a comic shop. Sorry, guys.
So nerds, Ty.
Yeah, dude. I would definitely pull. I would definitely. If I had more money in the budget, maybe I'd do the foil.
Yeah,
Right.
Maybe. But definitely the cover C. Like, I think this would be a great opportunity to meet some of these incredible artists and creators at a Comic-Con. And again, have them, that'd be something kind of clever, right? Have them sign it, but like really tiny.
Mhm.
Like, that'd be really cool. Then get that graded because you'd be the only
Yeah,
one with
that's a
that.
good idea.
with like a tiny signature
Yeah.
thing. That'd be good.
Like, can you sign this, but like really tiny?
As
Really
small as
small.
you can.
Like 1-to-1 ratio with how small he is,
Yeah.
as if he's signing.
By the way,
Could you
I
imagine?
missed comments because I don't keep an eye on Instagram comments. But somebody commented 10101010101010, and then I've been caught in a Farfetch'd in Pokemon Go Eevee. All right.
Yes, let's
I
go
think that's why he was on
Farfetch.
that. Yeah, he loves that Farfetch. He just loves that it holds celery.
Dude, he's got a bomb team in that game.
He does.
Like,
He does. Cool. We went a little long. Anything to plug, folks, before we go? Where can we find everybody around here?
Right here at Deeper Issues Nerdcast.
Bam!
the one and only.
Diddy, where can we find you though? If we just want to just
Live.Julian
boom.
on Instagram.
Ty,
Ty Photography on Instagram.
Tommy Jeff, everybody wants to follow you.
Do they? You can do that at the Tommy Jeff.
Yeah. Isn't like the Tommy Jeff though? Isn't it like a zero?
No, there's no zero. It's just at the Tommy Jeff.
He is the Tommy Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah.
He is the one and only Tommy Jeff. He's our Tommy Jeff at the Tommy Jeff.
Yeah. Literally, that handle for Instagram is just for this.
You can find me here at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, along with all these other nerds. We have a second live stream, guys. We have competition. We're competing against ourselves.
Oh
No,
We have a
you.
I
I don't.
know.
Why would you do this?
what?
Why would you do this? I don't understand.
Myself, Nathan Haskill, Redondo Beach's own Nathan Haskill, Pumps, and maybe Bobby is going to be our producer more regularly. Every Saturday morning, recap the week in wrestling.
nice.
So we do like a wrestling talk soup. So that's a new thing. So if you like this live stream where we talk comics, Saturdays we're talking wrestling. We're talking about another live stream down the way. Maybe a table. Somebody pitched me a tabletop, like D&D,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
like a
Oh.
little D&D live stream.
I might
There's-
have a solid group for that.
I have a solid
once
group
I
for
find a
that, too.
DM.
I think it is your
Oh,
solid.
I have a DM.
But I
too.
think doesn't Critical Role
You
isn't it
on
like a
DM?
company that
No,
Critical Role
I have
or
a
something
I have a DM.
that does that? Critical Role, isn't that a company, right? That does.
Yeah, they do.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody beat us to that. But we're
Yeah.
still whatever. We're still doing.
we just have fun with it.
We
Yeah.
have fun with it.
Yeah.
And then definitely have to do some. I mean, look at this VHS wall right behind Ty. Something's got to happen here with all these VHSs. Cool. Something. Yeah, that wraps up this show. Check out Bug Wars from Jason Aaron.
Phenomenal.
Keep it
comic.
locked into the Deep Roosters Nerdcast. Starting next week, we will start giving away some of these signed comic books. We're doing it, baby. And yeah, I guess until next time, right? Be nice to each other. And all
Fantasies of God.